Man, oh man. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for this today. His
Yes.
legends live forever. MJ, Kobe P, the whole gang back.
Mhm.
Told y'all like people would be back. We didn't kick him
Yeah.
off the show. He's just
I'm back.
he was
Yeah.
available.
We
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
back.
ducking smoke. I
I'm
was
back,
saying
y'all.
I wasn't ducking smoke. Like I'm ready. Like I was like, I wanted bro to come last night. But we here
We
now.
here, we here tonight, though. We here tonight. Yeah.
So I'ma just give you the floor. The Celtics went up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Holiday, 26 points, 11 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
A calm dub plus from Jaylen Brown, elite defense.
Mm-hmm.
He had this guy, Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True leader.
And
Yes.
had 12 assists, 18 points.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? 9 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
He was 6 for 22 from the field.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 for 7 from 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just let you have the floor. My stance on it, and I'm gonna just you feel me.
Oh yeah, it's good to be back. I tell y'all that much. Africa was beautiful, but hearing all the blasphemy that's been coming out of Miles's mouth has just been. But I just want to say this first off: if you're out of contention for your picks for this series, I think you're the only one that their prediction can't come true anymore. Right? Okay, cool. Got that out the way. I'm up 2-0, and it's looking like I could be coming a little early. Still can be season 5, but we're gonna let that finish out how it finish out. First off, before we even get to the players, Joe Mazzulla. Let's just talk about Mr. Joe. I mean, he's coaching. Like he coaching his tail off right now. And the guy that he's coaching against is a guy that you said was a top 5 coach in the league and he so far this season, Joe Mazzulla he's 4-0 versus Jason Kidd. He's beating twice by 20, once by 30, and then he just beat him by 7. Okay, so let's get on that. And then let's get to Tatum, because I know that's really what you want to hear. Jason Tatum is playing beautiful basketball right now outside of scoring the basketball. But the best part about it is he's still winning. What you want to see him do is what Luka is doing, and he's losing. Luka's doing exactly what you want to see him do. Go out here, score 30, make tough shots, score on Tatum, score on Jaylen Brown, and it's resulting in absolutely nothing but empty stats. Right? Credit. Game 1, Porzingis and Jaylen Brown, they showed up scoring wise. Tatum had, I think it was 18 or 16, I believe. Game 2, Tatum comes back, 18, 12, and 9. He almost puts up a triple-double. But all everybody wants to talk about is he's not scoring the ball. He's not making shots. He's not making shots. Yeah, he's not making shots. But he's leading their team. He's controlling the offense. He's playing with awesome pace. And if you want to talk about why he's not scoring the ball, it's because he's being double-teamed and triple-teamed on every drive.
When has he been triple-teamed?
We let you speak for 2 days. Zip it.
I'm trying to find out when he's been triple-teamed. That's all I want.
He's been double-teamed and triple-teamed on all of his drives. He's double-teamed on every post-up. And I got the footage to prove we can pull up the clips. I'm just saying, every drive, they're staying in the gap. No one's getting in the gap and releasing. And he's making the right play. But we want to criticize young boy for making the right play because he's not taking the game over how, as a fan, people want to see him do it. So, Jason Tatum, he's doing what it takes for his team to win games because the goal is to win the championship. That's goal number 1. You can't be finals MVP or face of the league or any of this stuff without winning the title itself. So the goal is to win a championship, and that's what he's focused on right now. But if we go to the other side of the ball, the other side of the court, the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie getting locked up. Anytime Luka is guarding Jalen Brown or Jason Tatum, he gets blown by, which creates kickouts, which is what I said was going to happen before this series even started, because Luka has to guard. And on defense, Boston is switching everything, which is stopping all the lob threats, all the stuff that they was getting in the West Coast, in the Western Conference. Yeah, Boston cutting all that out. And lastly, I just want to say, like, it's looking bad for Dallas right now at this moment. Because if I recall, you were the same guy that said, "Oh, if Boston was in the West, if Boston was in the West, if Boston was in the West," and now the team that's supposedly the best team in the West that came out the West is getting smoked right now. Dallas was supposed to come into the finals, as you say, and wax Boston, show them what real basketball is like. And now they can barely get a lead in the game. So, man, I just feel like everything that I said leading up to this series is being proven to be a fact. And whether Jason, and I would love to see Jason Tatum win Finals MVP. I would love to see him go for 30, because I called it for game one and he ain't did that yet. But he still got 2 to 3 games to do that. But whether he get Finals MVP or not, the Boston Celtics.
So you already conceded. That's it's just funny because you
I
already
haven't
conceded.
conceded because I
still
still believe, and I'm standing on that he's going to get Finals MVP. I don't think 2 bad shooting nights because of scheme is going to just stop him from doing what he does.
So
But
the
I'm also a basketball mind.
All them layups.
I'm also a basketball mind and understand that if the scheme is to stop you, and you as a leader of your team, a super duper star, figures out a way to still be effective in the game and get the win, I'm rocking with that. And if that don't take you to Finals MVP this time around, it just won your time. But that championship will always and forever be yours. So Jason Tatum is doing, honestly, what is not asked of him right now. Because what he's paid for is to lead them in scoring.
I got a question for you then. You said you was on record saying if Jason Tatum wins this championship, he's the best player in the world. You already had this guy over Luka.
I do still.
You're saying even if Jason Tatum doesn't even win Finals MVP, you still stand by he'll be the best player in the world playing like
I
this.
still put him over Luka and yes, I do. I stand on that.
All right, yeah.
I stand on that, bro. I stand on that, bro. Because I'm sorry. This is why I stand on it. And I'm gonna say this clear. This is why I stand on it, bro.
I was with you, right? I was with you up until right then.
Listen. This is why
I was with you up until right then.
I'm gonna say this. This is why I stand on him being better than Luka. As far as the best player in the world goes, that conversation may change. But this is why, and I say may with that, this is why I still stand on him being better than Luka, is because both of these guys, now, we talked about this, at least me and Kobe did. As far as the alpha on the Boston Celtics from maybe a vocal standpoint or an intimidation standpoint, I will concede that is looking like it's Jaylen Brown. That is looking like it's Jaylen Brown. But the best basketball player on the Boston Celtics is Jason Tatum, by far none. Because
by
if
far,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because if Jaylen Brown is not scoring, Jaylen Brown's not going and getting you 12 assists.
He just has 7. I mean, what are you talking?
7 ain't 12.
He just has 7, bro. Like, and play better defense. Play better defense. They both play good
better defense. What do you
consider Jaylen Brown?
They both getting stops. They both getting stops on both of them.
It's cool, but Jaylen Brown, I've seen multiple times ISO lock up Kyrie, lock him, put him in jail.
And I've seen Jason Tatum ISO. I've seen Jason Tatum in ISO situations get stops as well. So what's your point? A stop is a stop.
When you guard the best player, it's a little bit different.
Come on, dog. A stop is a stop, dog. We already had this conversation when I told you defensively, you was talking about, oh, Luka and Kyrie gonna get in there and get them in foul trouble. I told you Boston don't foul. They play defense as a whole. And everybody, all 5 people guard the basketball.
Well, here's what I'll say.
Tatum wins this finals, he's better than Luka Doncic. Because as a leader of his team, he's finding a way to get the job done, night in and night out, to get the win. It ain't about my stats. It's about winning the game.
I just got a question for you. Like, Tatum has at least 2 people that score more and equally play elite defense. Luka has nobody on his squad that is actually getting to a buck except PJ Washington, but he's got to make his threes.
I'm gonna put it like this. This is my thing. That's not Jason Tatum's fault that his teammates are stepping up.
That's the reality.
No, that's the reality. I'm saying the reality is that's not Jason Tatum's fault that his teammates are stepping up and Luke is not. Jason Tatum is putting his teammates in great positions to be successful, and they're being successful. A lot of them buckets that Drew Holiday was getting, them backdoor cuts. Them double teams in the post and him finding the right pick and the right play.
Let's go through the top 8 players.
Come on, man.
In the finals. The top 8 players in the finals. You can say 1, Luka or Tatum. Doesn't matter. All right. 1, 2. Jaylen Brown. I'll just say Kyrie. I'm not saying by play. I'm just saying by when you go into the finals and seeing. As a matter of fact, I am going by play, seeing how these guys play. So I'd have Jaylen Brown 3. I would have at 4 Porzingis. I don't know if I said Drew already. I mess around and say Al Horford 5th. I mean, they whole starting 5. And I'm like, where's Kyrie? Lively ain't been getting to a buck. Kleber's missing open 3-point shots. Like, all right, that's cool that Tatum's teammates are doing well, but they are like significantly better players. He has 4 guys that can get to 25 points. He has 4 guys that get to 25 points, and you won't blink an eye. I know you wasn't surprised when Drew Holiday scored 26 points. We wasn't surprised. It wasn't like, oh my God.
I wasn't surprised because that is what Boston does. But
that's what Drew Holiday does.
This is my thing to you. We were not having this conversation when Dallas and all them role players was stepping up versus the Timberwolves. The reason why those role players aren't stepping up like they were in the series prior is because of Joe Mazzulla, which I told you was going to happen. He's going to take away what they want to do, and he's going to make them play.
They're missing open shots. Like, I'm not just lying.
No, they're not.
This is my problem.
They're playing out of scheme.
I was going to say that they're playing out of scheme. But if Joe Mazzulla isn't the reason that the role players isn't doing what they're doing, then why are you apologizing to him? That's my question. Because you apologize to him and you say he's coaching
for a reason.
Two things can be true. Joe Mazzulla has been coaching his ass off, but as players have been missing open shots. That's what's happened.
Dog.
And so even though Joe Mazzulla is doing a very good job at making sure that, all right, we'll let Luka get his and we'll just try to force everybody else to beat us. And right now it's working. And I applaud him for that. He's doing a much better job because I think Jason Kidd should do the same thing with the Celtics. Go ahead, let Tatum and Brown go off. But once they get everybody involved, it's like, And maybe part of it is Derek White, Drew Holiday, Porzingis. They're so good, you can't limit them. So that's one thing there too.
No,
So
the thing
ultimately,
for the Mavs is he can't let Tatum and Brown go off. If
why
Tatum
not?
and Brown go off, it's still going to result in a loss. He believes that they have a better chance at beating
Not the way Tatum been shooting. Maybe
They are
Jalen.
shooting like that because of the defensive scheme that is in play.
He's missing open shots. What is we talking about? Like stop. Like he's missing open shots. Your man ain't
Oh,
playing well. Your man's not playing well.
no,
This is
he's
what
playing. No. He's playing very well.
isn't playing
He's
well.
not. No, he's
Kyrie isn't
playing
playing
very
well.
well. He's playing very
He's
well.
not playing well, or he's not shooting well.
He's not
He is
shooting
not
well.
playing well. He is not playing well.
That's wrong. That's wrong. There's a difference
Have
in
you-
playing
have
well
you ever-
and shooting well. If he
What-
wasn't playing well, they
have
would
you
be
ever
losing.
stepped on a basketball court? Have you ever drawn a double team?
Yes.
You've drawn a double team?
No, he's
My
never
thing
drawn a
is-
double
my
team.
He's never drawn a double
He's
or
never
a
drawn
triple.
a double
Hold
team.
up,
You
hold up. My thing is, you put Tatum up to this pedestal like he's this great player,
He is.
but he is not playing up to the level of being a superstar. He
That's
has
not
not
true.
done it. He has not done it.
The
That's
whole,
not true.
Bro.
the whole
Not
point
being
of
a
being
superstar.
the whole
The fact
point of
that
being,
he's not top 2 in Finals MVP shows he's not playing up to a superstar level. That's just what it is. It's a
Hey,
fact.
Kobe, I got this. First of all, he's not top 2. What is he? He's 3, right? He's third in voting.
Yes, he's
Am I
3.
right? And you know why he's third in voting? Is because he is specifically not shooting well, which can change in the blink of an eye. That is the only thing Jason Tatum is not doing well in this NBA Finals is shooting efficiently. Because if Jason Tatum, because I'm going to say this to you because I think you said this the other day. If Jason Tatum shoots 50%, what is it going to be? I believe you said it would be a blowout. Correct?
I said that. I don't know if I said
Yeah,
that.
you
If
said
I
that.
did,
It's clear.
I did. All right.
That's all Jason Tatum. All Jason Tatum, he's at third because he's not shooting well. He's doing everything else on the basketball floor as a superstar and leader of his team. He's literally doing the most selfless thing and saying, you know what, I'm not shooting well. And I understand that I'm not, but I'm not about to let that take me out of the game completely and not be able to help my team still win games.
No,
I have to find a way to outside of shooting well to win. And I'm doing that as a star, as a superstar, as a leader of this team.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, but you got mad because I call him a great role player. I
That's
don't feel
crazy.
like that's a disrespect because
That's disrespectful.
how is that disrespectful? He's playing like a Sean Marion. He's
Wow.
playing like
Miles.
you know the
Bro,
third
get
best
off-
player on
get
championship
off
team.
social media, bro.
Miles,
He's
first of all, Miles,
He's playing like the third best.
I'm literally begging you to shut down your social media.
He is literally, bro.
Let
You're not-
somebody else.
you're not
Let
hearing-
somebody,
you see-
let somebody
bro,
else run the
you
real
hear
talk with
role
MJ.
player, you hear role player and think, bum. A role player could be somebody like I'm trying to think of an example. Who's a role player now?
You don't believe that, bro. You don't.
Like when PJ Washington,
Okay.
hold up.
Go ahead.
When PJ Washington had that great series against OKC, that's a great role player. That's what Tatum is.
You comparing
Hold on.
Jason Tatum to PJ Washington and Sean
crazy.
Marion
It's
is
crazy.
it's
But Kobe,
ridiculous.
I got something for it.
Sean Marion.
Hold on, Kobe, I got something for it. So
That's what you like it's getting Skip Bayless like at this point, dog.
it's very, but listen, if I recall, you're the same guy.
I just don't just my problem is you don't admit when he's playing like not up to the level. Like that's
Bro,
not
we're not saying-
Hold on. I got this. Hold on. You're the same guy, right? That said you would take Jason Tatum over Embiid, right?
yeah.
So is Joel Embiid a role player?
At this current moment, no.
Is Joel Embiid a role player? Yes or no?
I'm talking about this specific series, though.
Is Joel Embiid a role player? Yes or no?
No.
All right, then. So how in the hell
So is Joel Embiid
Jason
not a
Tatum
superstar?
a role player and Joel Embiid is not?
Is Joel Embiid not a superstar?
I
A
guess when I
superstar.
say he's playing, it doesn't mean that's the player he is. That means in this series, he's been a
not
great
playing
role
like
player.
a role player. All right, how tell me the
Yeah.
last tell me
What?
you're
Only
comparing
10 vote. So 17, 10, and what?
12.
8. 17, 10, and 8.
Oh, he's
That's
averaging
like
18, 12, and 8.5. 18, 12, and 8.5.
the reason why I just can't buy it is because
It's because you don't want to buy
Drew
it.
Holiday, it's not even like Drew Holiday or JB are really having like 30 plus, some crazy. It's well distributed, but it's like it's for the taking. The finals MVP, like, go ahead. Maybe his shooting numbers they flip. That's why he the favorite, because people think that like, oh,
But if this is my thing.
You gotta
If Jason
realize
Tatum-
the
if
Celtics
Jason
as a
Tatum-
whole aren't shooting well. The whole team is not shooting well.
if Jason,
The Boston Celtics as a whole aren't shooting
Jaylen
well.
Brown is shooting very, very well.
Jaylen Brown
Drew
went 1
Holiday
for
is shooting
5
very,
the other
very well.
night.
He's literally shooting 65%.
Bro, Drew Holiday by himself is. The rest of the team is not shooting the ball particularly well. Derek White, 6 for 15.
We're not talking about Derek White with Jason.
Jaylen Brown went 1 for 5 from 3 the other night. The team shot 25%. The team missed 29 threes the other night.
He was 8 for
and
15.
They still found a way to win.
He was 8
like
for 15.
Like Jaylen Brown had 21 points on 15 shots. That is not particularly shooting great. That's not shooting great. That's not particularly efficient.
That's shooting great. That's shooting above 50%. What are we talking about? Yo! Like 6 between. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like y'all think when I say a great, I'm not saying good. I'm not saying good. I'm not saying average. I'm saying a great. He's if somebody wants to say all-star, I'll give him like, you know.
Yo, I can give you a list of like recently great role players in the finals. Andre Iguodala won a finals MVP for being a great role player. He didn't do half what Jason Tatum is doing right now.
What? That's what?
Wait. Hey, I got a question.
The best player in the world is equivalent to what Jason Tatum has done.
He guarded the best player in the world. Hold him to 30. Hold him to 35 a game.
So, but then you get mad at me for looking at the box score when you know that Iggy had a big role in that.
I got a question. And you just said Jaylen Brown 6 for 15, right? Was a good shooting night, right?
Yeah.
Did Jason Tatum have a good shooting night in game 1?
When he went 6 for 16?
And he was 3 for 7 from 3?
No, he was terrible. That was terrible.
So 2 more made shots.
So one miss, one more miss
in a horrible shooting night.
So 1 more miss, and he shot better from 3. Is a worse game. It's a bad game. But the guy that you're saying is better just did the same thing, but it's a good game. Make it make sense.
Great game. Great shooting.
It's a great game. He's elite.
So we're not gonna ignore 6 turnovers and 16 points.
Nah, nigga, you was talking about shooting. You was talking about shooting. Don't flip. Answer the question. You was talking about shooting.
Don't try to neglect. Answer the question.
Yeah, answer the question. The difference between a great shooting night and a bad, horrible shooting night is
you know what? I can get my calculator out right now, so we can just compare.
There you go. He don't want to answer the question.
Way different sets.
He don't want to answer the question, Cole.
6 for 16. That is 37%. Okay. 7 for 12.
No.
38%. 38%.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what we said. Try again. Jaylen Brown was 6 for 15 in game 2.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was. Check the box. He was 6 for 15 in game 2. Check the box.
You just said he shot great.
You just said he shot great. You just said he shot great.
He was Tatum, bro. What?
Game 2, Jaylen Brown was 6 for 15.
No, he was not. No, he was not. You look at the wrong stats. He was 8 for 15, bro.
So like
53%.
I said, hold on. So
JB is clearly the Finals
so-
MVP.
so-
Stop playing
so-
with my man.
okay. So like I said though, like I said before, argument still stands. The difference between a great shooting night is what you just said Jaylen Brown had at 8 for 15. And a bad shooting night
It's 6 for 16.
is 2 shots, making 2 more shots. If you 8 for 15, and you just said 8 for 15 was great.
Don't fall for this. Come on.
What? No. I'm asking a question. That's a real question. You just said 8 for 15 was great, but 6 for 16 was horrible.
Bro,
That's not falling for nothing. You
My
just said
man,
it.
bro.
That's what you just told us. You said 8 for 15 is great.
Hold on.
And to the point of Tatum, bro, you just complained about his.
That doesn't make sense.
He
Bro,
just
Kyle,
no.
let me respond to Kobe real quick. Hold on. Let's respond to Kobe. 8 for 15 compared to 6 for 22 in game 2.
No, bro, why do you keep
trying to move the needle, bro?
I asked you a question.
It's almost the same game. What are you talking about?
No.
Jason Tatum in game 1 was 6 for 16. Jaylen Brown in game 2 was 8 for 15. So you're telling me the difference between a terrible game and a great game is 2 more made shots.
Oh, are you saying Jaylen Brown in game 2 compared to Tatum in game 1?
Yes. And because that's what you just said. You just said Jaylen Brown shot great yesterday.
He did shoot great.
So 2
more makes is what changes a game from a great game versus a terrible game.
I didn't say terrible game.
You said Jason Tatum was terrible in game 1. You're on record saying
he wasn't good. Yes, he wasn't good.
So
compared to his standards.
Question. 8 for 15
compared to his standards.
Compared
to his standards.
So what is Jaylen Brown's standard?
And you keep telling me Jaylen Brown is better. So what is the standard?
What is the standard? What is the standard? What is the standard for the Boston Celtics stars? Tell me, for those 2 specific guys, what is the standard for them?
All right.
Because all of a sudden, Jason Tatum's not a superstar anymore. He's a role player. Jaylen Brown is this all-class guy, but he's not in your top 10 basketball players in the NBA. He's not on Team USA. He's not. So what is the standard for the stars of the Boston Celtics? Tell me, please.
All right. First, it's politics that Jaylen Brown isn't on Team USA. He should be on Team USA. However, I don't even want to. I would just he on that John. He on that John. I ain't, but like he's on that John.
Yeah, over.
All right, and with Tatum, all I'm asking for the guy is to do what he did in the regular season. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. That's all I want. And I don't think it should be a crime to be like, hey, like, could you not shoot 30% from the field? Like, could you shoot like better? And then can you please do that? Now I appreciate the rebounding. I appreciate the points. I think regardless if Tatum shot well or not, those were going to be evenly distributed, like through the other guys. So I just want Tatum to know that, like, if you want to be in this upper echelon, best player in the world conversation, there are levels to greatness. Chauncey Billups being the Finals MVP is not equivalent to Shaquille O'Neal being the Finals MVP. Now, Kobe, you have said it's not no crime that he's not Jordan, Bron, and Kobe.
What?
I did say that. I did.
Yeah, he can't be on that. Now, that's not no disrespect.
I said it's not a crime to not be in that conversation.
That's not a crime. There's only 3 people in that conversation, period, point blank.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not a crime. There is another section of like top 10 and top 15. A performance like this, what I'm trying to say, all right, I said this last episode. When Giannis won the chip in 2021, he had a rifle path to the best player in the planet. Like, you could really call him the best player in the planet. Same thing with Jokic, because these guys was having unreal numbers. And so if you're in the finals and Yes, you're passing. Yes, you're rebounding. You aren't playing terrible. You're playing not up to a superstar level, but a tier or two below that. All right, cool. We can argue the tiers, but he's playing below a superstar, is what I'm trying to say. I would rather him play up to his apex level. So then if he does that, I can be like, you know what, P, you was right. He's over Luka. But now it's like because he isn't playing up to his very best, it's like, dang, like, and I think a lot of it is on him. He's so talented. It's like, dude, you could do better than 6 for 22.
But my thing is, dog, it's a make or miss league. And if he goes out there just because you want to see him score 30 or 40, and that cost them the game. This is the thing I have with people that have an opinion like yours. We seen Jason Tatum a couple years ago versus the Warriors in game 1. He did not shoot the ball well, but he left that game with, I think it was with 18, 13 assists, 0 turnovers, and 11 boards, if I'm correct. And they won game 1 in Golden State. Turn around in the rest of the series, he goes off scoring and they lose. It's not about him scoring the basketball. It's about winning a championship. It's about winning a championship. Whether that comes with me scoring or me facilitating or rebounding, like he said, I can be that guy, whatever it takes to get it done. Because if I score 30 every night and give y'all 30 and give y'all 40 and I lose, y'all gonna come in and say, well, man, he scored the ball a bunch, but he didn't get it done. He didn't get a championship. He's not in this group of guys. But we've seen that Jason Tatum can score. Or if he goes out and he doesn't score, oh well, and now he's not scoring. Now he can't win. If he goes out and forces it, if he goes out and forces these shots and they lose, Jason Tatum
times. He's shooting 22 times, bro. He is shooting 22 times. He's trying. He's trying.
If he forces shots and they lose, y'all gonna blame it on him. If he doesn't force shots and he makes great plays for them to win, y'all gonna say he's not good enough. But y'all gonna say he's not doing what he's supposed to do.
You don't think those are shots he would take if he on a nightly basis?
Did we not see the same fourth quarter that the reason why the Mavs got in the game was because Tatum was shooting more shots when he should have known, like, yo, I don't got it tonight.
Oh, those are regular shots. He just
I get he's missing.
That is why you get criticized if you're not making them. If you're not making it, if you're missing open layups, it's like, yo.
I get he's missing, but I'm asking, like, on a regular night, are those not shots that Jason Tatum would take? Like Jason Tatum, I believe is taking shots in rhythm that he would normally take. As a shooter, you don't just stop shooting.
I think we agree that there's other players that just make it a little bit easier to score. Like it's easier for them. Like Shy, it's easier for him just get to consistently get into a rhythm. Okay. We're not talking about whatever. You can say Tatum's better. I don't even care. I definitely don't. But if you want to, fine. But if we're just talking about
certain guys are peer scorers, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like they just consistently get to a buck. But also Shea was getting his assists as well and doing what he had to do.
He was averaging like 30 and 6. Okay, cool.
Nothing inside UP is like, well, I would like to see Tatum like pull a Shea and go out here, fade away jumpers.
But hold on, P.
I'm thinking, I'm just
the point that we're making isn't that we wouldn't like to, and this is what I've been like explaining to you the whole time. The point that we're making isn't that we wouldn't like to see Tatum go out and score 30, 40 points. That would be amazing. But at the end of the day, there's a difference between what I want to see Tatum do as a fan, which is go out and score 30, 40 points. And you're right. That is what we want to see. There is a difference, though, between what I want to see as a fan and what I understand contributes to winning basketball. And right now, what Jason Tatum is doing is contributing to winning basketball.
This is my thing. Tatum doesn't need to pull a Shea. or pull a Luka or pull a Embiid
Yes,
or pull a
because
who.
he can't.
He does not. No,
He
you cannot
cannot.
say that. You
It's
cannot
levels.
say that.
It's
No, you
levels.
cannot say if it was levels to it, those boys wouldn't be at home right now.
No, they
They're
have
at home for a
they have-
reason.
Tatum has a better squad.
No, they're at home for a reason because they're the leaders of their team and they couldn't get the job done.
Whose roster would
Anthony
you take?
Edwards was the leader of his team, scoring a bunch of points, couldn't get the job done. When Anthony Edwards wasn't shooting well, they wasn't winning because he tried to do the other stuff and that's not his thing.
Look at the roster. You're picking the Celtics roster.
Oh, you want to talk
Talent
about roster? The roster's in place. That's not the players' fault. They got to play with who they got to play with.
Can we kill the?
Sorry,
Can we
you
kill
got to
the-
the Western
Can we kill
Conference
the
Finals.
roster narrative though? And here's why I want to kill the roster narrative for this specific conversation. The reason I want to kill the roster narrative when I'm talking with you is because you told us that no matter who comes out the West, they was
gonna
smacking
watch
the
the
Celtics anyway.
That's what
So
you said.
you
Loud
can't
and clear.
have it both ways.
Yes, you can. You
Why
can.
you
Why?
saying?
Because at the time, I did not think that the Celtics could string together. I also didn't expect the Mavs to be a part of it. Is here. Game 1, the Celtics was on it. I feel like in game 2, it was the Mavs having a game for the taking, but not capitalizing. The Celtics aren't going to shoot that bad. They might shoot that bad, you know. You got to pray they shoot that bad again, is all I'm trying to say. They play as bad as you can play.
So if
So
you got to
if you shoot that bad and still find a way to win, what do you call it?
So if you got to pray,
They overall better team. That the Mavs have to. They
So
have
if you
2
gotta
players that have to
play-
be on it every game.
You told us for 4 weeks that no matter who came out the West, they was gonna get washed. The Celtics was
that's
gonna
exactly
get
what
washed.
you said. But if you got to pray that they got to shoot that bad to win, that statement itself is a fallacy.
No, I take that
make
bet.
your
Not
mind
them.
up.
No, I take that bet.
Make your
No,
mind up. You're the same guy for 4
No.
weeks, for 2 weeks. Oh, the Celtics aren't playing anybody. The Celtics can't win close games. The Celtics are barely beating these
They
teams.
haven't won a close game. It's not been a close game.
Game 2 was a close game. You just said the Mavs had a chance to win.
When I say close game, I'm talking about them having to
You
come
wanted
back.
somebody to hit a game winning shot, bro. You're a fan. You're a fan. You're a fan. Like the difference. I really need you to lock into like podcast mode and fan mode. You want to see somebody hit a game winning shot. That's a close game to you. You want to see Jason Tatum have 30. That's a great game to you. You have to get out.
No, that's a better game. That's a better him shooting. Let's say he shot 13 for 22.
And they lose.
That's a better game than what he had. That's what that is a better game.
But what if they lose, Miles?
If they
What
lose,
if they lose,
what are
Miles?
you gonna say?
Why would they lose? Why would they lose if he's making
Because
a shot?
Miles, they've been winning with the recipe that's working. I'm not saying if he scores 30.
Trolling, bro. This is when I get mad, bro.
No, I'm not saying
like he can't play better.
Dog.
It's not like, why are we not acting like he can't play better?
We're not saying that.
No, I'm not
He
saying
Why
can.
don't you respond to that? Like, I just don't get like
He
Bro,
can.
we're
Bro,
not
arguing
the
about.
difference
What are we
is
arguing about?
he can.
What are we arguing about?
He can
Bro, I'm
shoot
not
better.
listening.
But
Please
you're
let me get
you're
this
trying
out.
because
let me
you
get
because
this
you
out,
have
please.
whatever this Jason Tatum thing is that you have because he
Say
did
your take. Say your take.
because
Not yours.
listen,
Yeah,
I'm
your take
explaining.
on it.
Can I talk? I'm about to get off the pod. Like, what the hell is the point of me being here? If the point is he can shoot better, yes, he can shoot better. But if they're winning and he's still driving force behind the offense, like, what do you? That's like when people do this thing with Lamar Jackson and they be like, yeah, they're winning, but it's because he's running the ball. But I sure would like to see him throw for 300 yards. It's the same concept. It's literally the same thing. If Lamar Jackson wins games by running the football and y'all say, well, that was cool, but I sure would like to see him throw for 300 yards because he's a quarterback, not a running back. It's the same concept. Do you not understand that?
Exact same concept. And my thing is, I'm not saying that Jason Tatum can't shoot the ball better. He absolutely can shoot the ball better. We've seen him do it. But as far as game 1 and game 2, him shooting the ball better was not his job. It was not his night. It was find a way to win the game and be effective and impactful in the game as a superstar and the leader and still get the win because your shot is not falling how it particularly does. And he did that as a leader. Come game 3, he could go for 35 and they could win by 30. And if that's what you want to see, Miles, that's fine. Just say, I want to see Jason Tatum score the basketball. Don't sit here and say Jason Tatum's playing terrible. He's not playing good. Just sit here and say, Ma. Just say it, Ma. I particularly just want to see Jason Tatum score 30 while Luka's scoring 30, so we can see that back and forth because that's what you want to see.
He had said it. He said it last night. But I'm trying to get him to take it a step further
because y'all are making it like if Tatum scores, his rebounds, his assists, like, oh, they completely drop off. Like, oh, if he has 30, he'll have 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He is capable of doing both.
Nobody's saying that. We're just saying that without scoring 30, he still finds a way to win. Luka scoring 30 is still losing. He's still losing scoring 30. He's still losing. And you're the same guy that said
if he scored 30, he's literally what?
Luka's scoring. I'm saying Luka's still scoring 30 as you would like to see, and he's losing. And you're the same guy that said no matter who comes out the West, they're going to wash the Celtics. Jason Tatum's not scoring 30 how he did in the last series, and he's still finding a way to get his team a win.
Why are you talking about Tatum when Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown are playing better? Like, why is this all?
Why are you talking about Tatum when your Finals MVP pick is playing bad?
Terrible. Your Finals MVP pick ain't showed up. Period. Point blank for nothing in the series. And you want to sit here and criticize Tatum all day, but even at the top when you're talking about the reaction too, I don't see no reaction to Kyrie Irving not playing good basketball up there.
Now look.
Oh,
now it's I roll my eyes, I shrug, I sit back in my seat. And that's the whole crazy shit about all of this is your energy, your lack of energy towards one, and your boisterous energy towards the other is ridiculous.
Wait, because both guys aren't playing their best. But one is winning and one is losing.
One is winning and playing significantly better. And he's contributing to winning.
He's playing because Kyrie's a superstar. Clear as day. Kyrie's a superstar.
No doubt about it.
But Kyrie is not being impactful or affecting the game in any other way. Any other way. And he's losing. His impact on the game is actually detrimental. They might be better off if he wasn't on the court. On the floor. Jason Tatum is not scoring, and he's still.
So where's your energy? Bring that same energy. Where's the energy for Kyrie? I want you to get up on the mic. I want you to yell. I want you to do all of the stuff you do when you want to talk about Jason Tatum. Let's see it for Kyrie Irving.
No. This is another thing. This is another thing I want to get at. Where's the energy for Luka's defense? Because boy been getting cooked. We want to talk about all this scoring 30, all this and that. What about on the under the floor where he's hurting his team? Like I told you he would before the series started. That's another reason why they're losing, because he can't stay in front of a single soul on the floor. He can't guard not a single person out there. Now he can't even guard Al Horford.
It's funny though, because nobody acknowledges that Luka is a one-man army right now. Nobody acknowledges that.
No. We're acknowledging it. We just want to find out where the rest of your energy is for everybody.
All right, Can I talk on Kyrie then?
No, get up in the mic and yell.
Yeah. Do a real clip on why Kyrie Irving's not playing good. Since you want to do a real clip on why Jason Tatum's
you got 30 clips good. Out on Jason Tatum right now.
That's winning 2 games. You got 30. The guy that's lost 2 games.
You got 30 clips out on Jason Tatum right now and who he is. You got all types of memes and dances and all of this. I ain't seen nothing but a Kyrie apologist reel come out. Kyrie's a superstar. He's going to do much, much better in game 2. I ain't seen nothing but a Kyrie apologist video come out. Where's all the yelling? He's a superstar. He gonna do it. Where's all of it? I want
to see a video come out where we challenge Luka to play some defense. How about that?
I want to see a Joe Mazzulla apology reel.
No, I want to see. I want to see.
I
a
want to
reel
see a
come
Jason Kidd isn't who
Yeah,
I
I want to
thought
see
he
a real come
was.
out. We challenge Jason Kidd to find a new scheme to stop the Boston Celtics to get a win. Let's
There's
do
so many
that.
things
Let's
I want
do
to
some
see.
stuff like that. Because you want to sit here and talk about the team and the players that's winning 2 games, but the team that you picked to win in 5 ain't won a game yet. Half their team ain't even showed up to the series yet. They still stuck
Kyrie
in
at the
last
hotel.
series. We
It's
ain't
not
said
over.
nothing to them.
You picked the Mavs. Don't get
No,
off the hook.
I
You
did.
picked the Mavs. You
I did.
picked the
You know
Mavs.
what? And you know what I love about you, bro? You know what I love about you? I love your ability to deflect. I love your
Every
ability to
single
deflect.
time.
Let me get the
I
floor.
love your ability to
I'll
deflect
respond to it.
because you know what? I'm perfectly fine with the fact that I picked the Mavs to win. You want to know why? Because I have them in 6. We've only played 2 games, and Luka was my finals MVP. So if the Mavs was to if the Mavs was to find a magic way to pull this thing out right here, both of my picks still good. So I ain't got nothing. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna enjoy. But I want you to understand your picks are cooked. Your finals MVP is cooked. And we waiting on him to show up. And all you've done the whole playoffs, the whole series.
Let's talk
about Jason Tatum. So you talking about a guy that's winning, and all I'm asking for is a little bit of accountability from the other side. This your pie, right? You love to tell us this your pie. So bring the reels with the you know what I'm saying? You post your reels. You do the ones without us on there, you know what I'm saying? You be sitting in the crib midday, you be like, "Oh, I think this is a good one right here. I think this is a good one right here." Yeah. So when you do that, when you set up the cam and you get the John, you get the, you know what I'm saying, the microphone, and you in the room with the background and all that, come with the Kyrie video. Not the apologist one.
Video.
Not the apologist one.
I want to see the Miles Johnson video that come out and say, Jason Kidd, I have a question. When are you going to figure out how to stop everyone on the Boston Celtics from doing what they do and get a win? Where's that video at? Where's the Miles? Jason Kidd, I picked you guys in 5 and you're down 0-2. You just going to let Joe Mazzulla out coach you? Where those vids at? Where's the
no apology?
Because the Celtics did what they supposed to do at home.
No, don't give me that.
Oh,
don't give me that. Don't give me the Celtics did what they're supposed to do. Don't give me that.
Hey, Cove, he cooked. Next topic, bro. Cove, he cooked, bro.
Now, like I say, no, I'm not waving the white flag. Like now, if they're down 3-0, all right, I'm gonna apologize. I already have it ready. Like I promise, I'll have it all ready. What I'm willing to concede is an apology, and I'll say it again. And let me just get, bro. People texting me. I gotta say it's John over. But bro, with Joe Mazzulla, I have to apologize. I have to apologize, Joe Mazzulla. I said that you weren't an elite coach, and I said that you weren't top 5, and you just weren't ready for prime time. And so I was wrong. You've been coaching the lights out right now. It's been no lobs, very few. Been a couple slippers, but not really like Lively shut down, Kyrie shut down. A great defensive scheme. I mean, you force everybody else to beat you. That's what you gotta do. Let Luka get his. He's a Pantheon player. Probably the greatest of this era. Just let him get his. You're not gonna stop him from getting 30. All right, cool. And then done a great job of like stopping everybody else from getting theirs. So Mazzulla, you proven to be a real coach. And I'll give it to P, the fact that he's a coach and he knows and he knows coaches. And so he was right about Joe Mazzulla. As of right now. As of right now, because I still, if this sours and they lose 4 of the next 5, best believe that it's gonna be, oh my god, it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. And if the Celtics win,
I'm sorry to interrupt in the middle of your apology. For me and everybody else,
this man just
can
said,
you elaborate on Luka
best
being the
player
greatest of this
in
generation?
this generation? You have lost your rabbit mind. Because
out of the young guys that's 25 and younger, like that new group, and Tatum's in that group too, like all these young guys, the Shays, the Ants.
my gosh, bro.
I'm not talking about the Jokic's and Giannis's.
I
And
just
obviously LeBron and all these guys.
those guys are
LeBron,
27 too. They're 27 too.
no, they're not. Jokic is like 20. He's like 29. That's a different. They're not the same, bro. They're not the same.
Is there a way I can pin tweets or pin comments on the jump? I want to get to Dion the Goats. He said, "Miles, shut the f up."
The F up.
Can we?
That was 13 minutes ago.
Yeah,
It might have been, but it's still relevant. It's still.
What is wrong with wait? So Paris, I know Paris where he stands with Luka. You understand Luka is.
I understand the greatness of Luka Doncic. I understand it, but the greatest of this generation, and this generation holds Giannis and Jokic.
Oh, I believe Luka can get more rings than Giannis and or Jokic. I do believe that.
Well, he's struggling right now.
My dog, listen, dog. Listen.
It's not crazy. He's 25 years old. He's 25 years old already in the finals. He's got 5 first team All NBAs. He's a guy that is already and has been a top 5 player in the league. If you're just talking about first teams, that's the top 5 players in the regular season.
You told me for 2 weeks a lot of these guys to be the greatest gotta go and win.
No, he has the potential to definitely be the greatest of his generation.
You said he is the greatest.
I said
he is the greatest.
Oh, yes, not. I'm not comparing him to Jokic and Giannis. I'm saying
My thing is, how is he the greatest of his generation? And he's
down
right 0-2 to somebody else in his generation.
Because the other guy has a better team.
Miles, you the same guy that said the Mavs was a better team coming into the finals.
Okay,
you said it loud and clear.
Luka hasn't shot 6 for 22. Like, we're not talking about him doing that.
Your point was he has a better team. You're the same guy that said the Mavs was a better team than the Celtics coming into the finals.
No, I was big on the Mavs superstars winning and them propelling. I was flat out wrong on Kyrie Irving. I was wrong on Kyrie. Luka has showed up. Kyrie has not showed up. If Kyrie showed up, we're going 1-1 to Dallas, and it's a series.
Luka has showed up in first halves.
Luka is tired.
Stop. All right, now this is the trolling because Luka is actually cooking. Luka's cooking
in the first half. I said that yesterday. I said that before you get on your little Kobe, you just agreeing with P High Horse. I said this yesterday, didn't I? I said he's tired, and you agreed with me actually yesterday.
Yes, he's been tired because he's been cooking. And nobody's helping him.
So then why are you yelling at us about the fact that we say he's been cooking in the first half?
Why are you limited to he's cooking the whole entire game?
Nah, I told you about his production in the second half yesterday. It dramatically drops off. He's averaging 20 in the first half. And then if he's averaging 20 in the first half and then ends the game with 30. I think his production dramatically drops off, don't it?
I'll give that Luka has to do a better job of one making his free throws, make your free throws,
He make his free throws.
and his turnovers. And his turnovers. Those have been the two blemishes on Luka. His turnovers and missed free throws. And I do think it's like a residual effect if like the best player on the team is missing their free throws. It like kind of trickles down to the rest of the team, and now they're like, now. So that's on Luka. But aside from that, if you're telling me this guy in his finals debut is dropping 30 and 10 in his second game, he's now doing a 30-point triple double. I'll say, like, shoot, he's doing his part. He's playing like a top 3 player in the game. And if I say he's top 3, who do I have in front of him? Jokic and Giannis. I'm not comparing Luka to Jokic and Giannis. That's
so
not
his. You got to figure out a
age
better word than generation. Then you got to figure out a better word than generation because
Um,
they're all in the same generation. I like it's just it. There was like
out of the guys, out of all the guys that's 25, I'll even say 26. I'll just include Tatum in there. I'm talking about these younger guys. Luka, I believe, is the best, and over time will be ranked
I don't know.
as the best.
I just don't get why y'all give bruh so much praise for losing, bro. I will never understand it, bro. I would never understand why y'all give bruh so much praise for losing. Like he get the most praise for losing out of anybody I know, and it makes no sense to me. Like, dude, come out and give y'all these cool numbers every year and lose, and y'all just think he is just so magnificent. Like it makes no like he gets so much praise every single season he's been in the NBA, and he's done nothing but lose. And he just get all this crazy praise. Like he been in the finals every year, or at least been in the Western Conference Finals every year. Like he gets so much praise for all this. Like he really been there, and he just lose all the time. All the time. And now he made it to a finals. As of today, he's in the finals for the first time. And he's gone through the gauntlet of the West, the toughest West. And any team that he's going to see in the East, he's going to walk through. And now he down 0-2 to the Eastern Conference team that he supposed to just be walking through with another guy that's in his generation that's not shooting well, but still finding a way to beat him. Jason Tatum's not shooting well and still finding a way to beat Luka.
Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis have all each of them
Have played good.
have played phenomenal. Porzingis,
back to 8 for 15 playing phenomenal.
hold up. Porzingis in game 2, although he was a little bit gimpy, he still gave you something. It wasn't great, but it was good. And then Jaylen Brown has been excellent. Drew Holiday has been excellent. They're your top two Finals MVP
Miles.
candidates. Let's give them some praise because Drew Holiday is a champion.
Miles,
Same way how you say, oh, talk about Kyrie, and I say he's playing bad. We not about to give all the praise to Tatum.
We're not, but Miles. Luka Doncic had 4 other guys in double digits and still lost the game. He had 4 other guys in double digits and still lost the game.
So what do you so you have nothing to say to that, Kobe? You have nothing to say to that. Nothing to say to Luka's play. So are you holding his play against him? Are you saying, dang, like he's not what I thought after this finals?
No, he's exactly what I thought.
I thought he was.
He's exactly what I thought. He's going to give you
exactly what we've known to do.
He's going to do what he does and lose.
So what is your opinion on Luka? Like, is he top 3? Is he top 5? Is he the best player in the world? Like,
you must be talking to P.
He's not top.
Either one of y'all.
Bro. He's not top 3. He's not top 5. That need to be a thumbs down. Because bruh
You said
ain't
Luka's not
very
top
good, bro.
5?
No, he's not, bro. I'm sorry. He's not top 5. Top 5 to top 5 over who? Like, how, bro? Like how is he like, bro? Luka Doncic, bro. And I can't even say that because your boy worse than him. Like, I can't even say him and Embiid on it because your Embiid worse than him. Like Luka Doncic is like he's a really good he's a great basketball player. As an individual, he's a great basketball player. But he doesn't like he gives you all these numbers and he loses, bro. Like he give you all these numbers and he loses, bro. Like he's saying he ain't won no MVPs either. Like he ain't done like y'all give him all this high praise and put him in this great conversation that you say Tatum can't be in when he hasn't done anything else either. But the guy that's in his generation that he's playing in the finals is him and his team is up 2-0. And the guy that you give all this praise to is down 2-0 currently. But Luka is such this phenomenal, perennial, almost best player in the world. Man, stop it, bro.
That's like saying Paul Pierce is better than LeBron James in 2008. That's that same thing.
No, it's not.
It's just the same thing. Like Paul Pierce beat him, right?
No.
Paul Pierce, he had a bunch of numbers, right?
No,
he stepped out.
No, what that would have been like is saying Paul Pierce was better than Kobe.
That's insanity.
Exactly. That's insane. That's how you sound. Insanity.
No, that's insanity to say that Tatum is better than Luka Doncic. It's insanity to say that Paul Pierce was better than Kobe.
How, bro? Tatum's more. Oh, you got it, bro. You got it. You got it. Because you just think, bro, it's just so cold. Like, you think he's just so cold. Like, and he's not like I'm sorry.
Individually, no. Hold on, bro.
Like, bro, like I'm talking about the whole package.
Individually, it's cold.
Individually, they all cold. I'm talking about the whole pack. Like individually, every last one of them is cold. All of them. That's why they're there. There's only 450 of them in the world.
Better. As a player, he is better than Luka. I mean, I'm so sorry. As a player, Luka is better than Tatum. It's not a question.
You lost your mind, bro. Sorry, you lost your mind.
That's not a question.
You lost your mind, bro. Like, stop.
And bro, I'm trying to tell you, it's general consensus. Like everybody in the world knows that.
That's what y'all want to think in the world. Y'all want it, and the world wants to keep losing because that's what it looks like. Our world is doing is losing. Cool. If that's what if the genuine consensus wants to just keep losing and celebrating losers, cool. That's what we want to do. Because for some reason, I don't know why we are starting to do that in the NBA, but it just does not make sense to me as to why we choose to say that this guy who is at this point in his career the loser when it comes to winning and losing in basketball games. We just say he is just so phenomenal. Is he a great player individually? Yes. He is a great basketball player. I love watching Luka play. I'm not saying that he's not cold. I'm not saying that he can't hoop. I ain't saying none of that.
You talking about Luka like he's James Harden. He ain't James Harden. He's a step above that.
But that's exactly what James Harden did for his whole career.
But I'm saying, though, wait, hold on. What's the difference in Luka and James Harden?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Luka's far more clutch in the playoffs. What do you mean? What's the difference?
He's far more clutch in the playoffs. Yeah, he's lost just as much. Wait, clutch in what? He ain't clutched in one game.
Watch the games. Luka is a better player in the playoffs than James Harden. He's better overall, all around. At 25,
at doing what? Their numbers are the same.
Same thing.
Their numbers their numbers are the same, and they both lose. What is he more clutch at doing?
Luka is farther at a younger age. He is
James
better.
Harden went to the finals at a young age too. Did you forget?
Yeah, as the bench guy, as the sixth man of the year, as a KD and Russ show.
So that's KD and Russ. It was the two best players. So he won for being the best player in the league off the bench which basically means you're a starter. But due to schematical things is why you're coming off the bench, which we all know that James Harden, when he became a starter and a star guy, we knew what that was going to be, and it was exactly that. So, like I said, they both went to the finals when they were young, and they lost, as Luka is doing right now. He's losing right now. So, what is the difference between Luka Doncic and James Harden? Great offensive players, and they suck on defense. And they cost their teams games because they don't guard anybody.
So it's just they lost. It has nothing to do with Luka's output in the finals compared to Harden, who was a no-show. Harden was an absolute no-show. Luka has showed up. He's been an A-. He hasn't been an A+. He's been an A-.
Why hasn't he been an A+? He's doing the same thing he does every other game.
Turnovers because he's had turnovers and he's missed free throws. I'll be objective. He hasn't played perfect. I'll be objective with my players, but like the same way how y'all say talk about Kyrie, let's also talk about the Celtics players like that are snapping. But we just keep talking about Jason Tatum. All right, cool. He's Josh.
You keep talking about Jason Tatum.
No, you do. You do. You haven't said anything. You haven't said anything because you don't even believe that Luka is better than Tatum. But then he says this, and then I'm on a one-man island.
What are you talking about? I'm on record multiple times saying Luka. Like I'm taking Luka over Tatum. What are you talking about,
bro?
I'm on record saying
Kobe said he's taking Luka over Tatum.
That's multiple times.
He has
multiple times.
And why he's saying that, I don't know, but he has.
You said what?
And Luka's playing better than Tatum this series, right?
I will say that too. What do you want me to do?
Okay, cool. I just had to get that out because
it doesn't lead to winning. It doesn't lead to winning, but sure, he's playing great. Yeah.
In the first half.
That is true as well.
But I also don't get like you're the same one that when Bron played KD, you was like Bron's still the best player in the world. You never said KD's the best player in the world, or you would never rate KD over LeBron. So why would you would never say, oh yeah, KD does more winning than Bron? Like you'd be like, no, he just got a stacked team. KD. Tatum has a stacked team, not to that level, but he's got a stacked team compared to Luka, who right now has been a one-man army.
I don't want to hear that though. And it's because you told us whoever comes out the West is washing the Celtics. You told us that for
I was wrong. I was wrong. And now we're analyzing what has happened.
Now you can't have it both ways though. You can't tell me that whoever comes out the West is gonna watch the Celtics and then analyze, and then your analysis is that the Celtics are just so much better and there's nothing that Luka can do. You can't have it both ways. That's why I never went on record and said whoever comes out. That's why I never went on record. See, you got to watch what you say. I never went on record and said whoever comes out the West is watching the Celtics. I never said that. And you want to know why? Because I didn't want to have to backtrack once we got here to say, man, it's just what do you want them to do? Because the team is just so much better. That's like if for whatever reason we said when Bron was dog walking the East that he was gonna dog walk the West too. Why would we say that? We knew that KD and Kyrie or that KD and Steph was sitting over there.
A little bit different though because
now it's different.
But Steph won because Steph has won. You haven't seen the Celtics win yet.
But we hadn't seen Dallas win either. So why would we concede something like that?
I mean, it's fair. Is it not fair to expect Kyrie to play like a champion? He hasn't done that. And I was flat out wrong.
No, and I'm agreeing with you. It's fair to expect that. Nonetheless, why would we look at Kyrie and Luka and all of their greatness and say, Yeah, but they're gonna wash whoever comes. They're gonna wash the Boston Celtics. As great as we know that roster is, why would we ever say that? What good reason? You want to know why you said that? Because your recency bias is horrible. You watch games, and then you come on here and whatever you felt after that game, however good they made you feel, they make you feel good. They make you feel good when you watch the games, and then you come on here and you say wild stuff. That's like, dog, like it's the Ant was playing very well, and then all of a sudden he was better than Melo. Like it's the same
I
thing.
don't believe you. It's not like you had. All right, I had a game before you. You had Mavs in 6. I had Mavs in 5. I thought that
Hey,
they
listen,
were. I thought
hey,
that they
listen,
were.
let me
I
tell
thought
you
that
something.
they would win.
Hey, let me
something
tell you something. Go back and watch. Go back and watch what I said. I said I am taking the Mavs in 6. I as a Lakers fan will never take the Celtics to win. I said that. That was my analysis. That's what I said. Go and watch it.
Well, I'm called a hater, bro. I'm called a hater, and all that when I genuinely believe. So you telling me you said that just because you are a Laker fan and you in your heart of hearts you really believe that the Celtics is gonna win this
Hey, let me
but
ask
you
you a
can't
question.
say it because
Cowboys,
you're a Lakers fan.
let me ask you a question.
That's
Let
what
me
you're
ask you
trying
a
to
question.
convince me.
No. That's exactly what I said to you. Let me ask you a question. If this was football season and the Cowboys was in the Super Bowl, would you ever pick the Cowboys to win over anybody? No. Go ahead and say no.
They would never get there.
Nah, nigga, that's not the question I asked you.
They would never get there, bro.
Stop deflecting. Stop deflecting. Answer the question I asked you.
What was
Answer the question I asked you. If the Cowboys made the Super Bowl, in what world would you ever say, you know what? Yeah, I'm picking the Cowboys.
I thought you're being a fan, though. You're being a fan, though. I'm the fan, but you don't want to do the analytics. That's what was told to me, P. That's what told to me.
And I'm okay. I'm okay admitting that my take was my take was as a fan. But I'm also okay sitting here and telling you that there's a difference between what.
But I can't as a fan be like, yo, I want Tatum to go crazy.
No, and you want to know why? You want to know the difference? I'm objectively watching the games and analyzing them. You sit here, you come on here, and your whole thing is, as a fan, I want to see Jason Tatum drop 30. So he's playing horrible. Because he's not doing that.
I never said he was playing horrible. I said that he was a very good role player, a great role player. That's not being horrible. It's not even saying you're not contributing to winning. You are contributing to winning. And I said, bro, chill.
P.
And
let me clean this up.
I said, if you want to say he's playing like an all-star, you can say he's playing like an all-star. He's contributing to winning. But we're not talking about, we're not gonna keep going on this Tatum thing. Like, y'all gonna believe that
you are the one that does it. You're the one that keeps talking about him. You come on here, you come in the group chat, you got 30 different memes to send a day. You go and look at your Instagram right now, dog. It's full of Jason Tatum. It's all Jason Tatum. You are the reason that we do this. You are the reason that we got on here and that we've sat on here for an hour and 15 minutes and talked about Jason Tatum. You are the reason for that. You are the one that comes in the group chat. Jason Tatum is playing bad. You come in the Tiger TV sports chat. Jason Tatum is playing bad. You get on Instagram. Jason Tatum is playing bad. We ain't heard nothing from you for the past 6 days except for Jason Tatum and Caitlin Clark not making the USA team. We ain't heard nothing else in one Kyrie apologist video. What else have we heard? What else have we heard from you? If the fans is on, ask them, what else have we heard from you other than Jason Tatum, a Kyrie apologist video, and you and Caitlin Clark not making USA? What else have we heard, dog?
We have heard us talk about Joe Mazzulla. Talked about him.
We wouldn't be talking about him if it wasn't for Jason Tatum. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, because he's the best. He's supposed to be the best player on the team.
Go ahead, though. Go ahead. Continue.
So you go and talk about Tatum, like that's just how it worked. If somebody says that Tatum is the best player on the
Yeah,
planet,
but stop putting it on us that making it seem like we the ones. We just keep bringing up Jason Tatum. We just keep bringing up Jason Tatum. Go look at your Instagram. It's filled with Jason Tatum. Go look at your text messages.
we pick out a clip. If we pick out a clip
Hold on.
between me and P, that's saying like, yo, like Tatum the best player in the Tatum over Luka. We're obviously after the finals games going to post about Tatum and Luka.
My thing, stop right
I
there.
ain't about to talk about Porzingis on the real. This is not going to happen.
Hold on. I got him.
Hold on. And I don't have a problem with that. But what you're not going to do is come in here and be like, y'all the ones keep talking about Jason Tatum. Y'all the reason we keep talking about Jason Tatum. No, it's your pod. If you don't want to talk about Jason Tatum, don't talk about Jason Tatum. But you know what you want to do? Critique Jason Tatum. You know what you don't want to do? You know what you don't want to do? Critique Kyrie Irving. You don't want to critique Kyrie Irving. You don't want to. We haven't heard you.
I literally said that. What else you want me to say?
No, Miles. Tonight was the first time we heard you talk about Jason Kidd. Tonight was the first time we heard you talk about a lot of these things. And you know what? There's not reels of these things. You know what there are? There are reels of you talking about Jason Tatum. You know what there is? There's a real meme of you with this fake Jason Tatum lookalike dancing. You know what there is? There is reels of you. There is story posts of you screenshotting the box score of Jason Tatum. You know what else there is? Just Jason Tatum on your pod. I don't have to talk about Jason Tatum no more. I don't have to. You want to know why? Because it's tired. You want to know why? Because he's winning. Let's talk about your finals MVP pick.
What do you want to talk about?
Anything else? But you're not going to do anything but hate on him anyway. If he wins, it's hate. If he loses, it's
that's where we get lost. That's where we get lost because y'all can't differentiate saying somebody is a great role player.
You're right.
To saying that they're horrible, they're the best, they're terrible. That's the problem. Like nobody's saying that's when we get
This is the thing, right? What all we're saying is one. However you feel about Tatum is how you feel about Tatum. But my thing is, the whole thing is like you said we're watching the finals. Obviously, we're going to talk about Tatum and Luka. You haven't made one reel about Luka. You've not made one reel about Luka. There is no reel that Miles says, you know what, Luka, you're playing great. You're giving us good numbers. You're killing it in the first half. But where you talk about how clutch he is, Luka hasn't closed the game out in this finals to find a way to get a win.
He's done all he could do.
No, he's not, Miles. If you're the superstar on the team, you find a way to win. Superstars find a way to win. You have not talked about Luka finding a way to win. You have not talked about Jason Kidd finding a way to coach his team to a win. You've not talked about any of this on your podcast. You talk all the time about how credit to Brad Stevens for putting together a super great team and saving Tatum. You ain't talked about where's your real or your post for Mark Cuban? Why haven't you given Luka better pieces to make sure that they win this final? Where is that post at? Where is that real? You talk about everything outside of what needs to be talked about with the opposing team. But it's Tatum, Joe Mazzulla, Tatum, Kyrie, Tatum, Joe Mazzulla, Tatum. You know what I'm saying? We ain't said nothing about nobody else on the Mavericks besides a half apology to Kyrie, where it was really not even an apology because you said, you know what, you're a superstar. You're going to bounce back. I believe.
I believe it. And
the thing is, when are you going to talk about Luka? When are you going to say in your heart, you know what, Luka, I believe in how great you are as a player. I believe you're the best player in this series. Find a way to give me a win with you being the best player in this series and doing what you do. Where is that real? Where is the I love you scoring 30, but I need you to win? Now, if you don't need him to win,
I have nothing to say about Luka. He's done.
Okay, well. so then you don't care for him to win. That's all that is. You don't care for Luka to win then.
It's not, the story isn't about Luka. The story is not about Luka.
See, and that's what we're getting at. You just said we're going to talk about Jason Tatum and Luka when you don't want to talk about Luka. That's the thing. You don't want to say anything about him.
I mean, if y'all want to say something about him, but I don't have anything to say about Luka though.
And that's the problem, Miles. You don't care if he wins or loses.
No, I definitely care. Like, I hope my prediction.
So talk about him not winning. If you care that he wins, talk about him not winning games. Luka had how many last game?
He had 32 points.
He had 32 points. Talk about Luka if you gotta go get 40 to make sure y'all win because your team's not helping you. That's a real. Luka, go get 40 because your team, if you feel like his team's not helping him, Luka, go get 40 to get a win.
He can't do everything.
But that's what you're expecting Jason Tatum to do.
No, I'm not.
You are. You're expecting Jason Tatum to go get 30. And you, like you said, just because he goes get 30 doesn't mean his numbers aren't going to go down. So you're expecting Jason Tatum to go get 30 and keep the same assists and rebounds up and win. Expect that same thing of Luka. That's what you're saying. You want Jason Tatum to add 10 to 12 more points than he has right now to make you feel better on top of what he's already doing and still win. So ask that same thing of Luka. Luka's giving you your 30 plus your 11 rebounds plus your 11 assists, but he's not winning.
But
so add that same stuff to Luka that you add to Jason Tatum.
I can't because they're playing different. They're playing different.
That's the point. That's the literal point.
And
the point is they're playing different. One's winning and one's losing. Luka, the only thing Luka's not doing is winning. The only thing Jason Tatum's not doing is scoring. You talk about how Jason Tatum's not scoring well and shooting well. Talk about how Luka's not winning, Miles. You don't want to do that because that hurts your soul, because that contradicts all the other terrible takes that you've been making lately.
The thing is,
talk about Jason Kidd not winning.
Y'all have the ability to say, yo, like, all right, Tatum has rebounded, he's passed.
And you keep talking
about these other players have done well. Y'all have not made. We have made this jump.
We've said that already.
For an hour and 20 minutes
already.
We haven't said
literally anything. During this podcast have said Drew Holiday stepped up, had a big game. Jaylen Brown has played consistently well in this finals.
So why don't you factor that in when we talk about Luka and Tatum? Why don't you factor that in and say like, yo, like,
because it is factored in saying Jason Tatum is not scoring well, but he's leading to put his other guys in positions to be successful, and they are. I said that. He is assisting to put those guys in position to be successful, and they're being successful. They are having phenomenal games without him scoring. To Luka is what I'm saying. You're playing great basketball, and you're being Luka Doncic, but you're not winning. And that's what we're asking you to do. Criticize him on not winning like you criticize Tatum on not scoring.
So why aren't y'all on Kyrie though saying, Kyrie, you need to help Luka?
No, we are. We've already said Kyrie needs to
be We've already said it. We've already said it, but we're asking you to hold your.
I've been said that. I literally been said that.
No. We asked you to do that, and then you did it.
Kyrie, I've been said that. I've been
asked you to do it, and then you did it.
I literally posted a meme on my story that was like Kyrie by himself and everybody else. He was like, hella. I posted that. I was on Kyrie.
Listen, dog. Like if you
hold on, P. If you want to sit here and tell me that you posting a meme on your story, but you having reels for everybody else, is the same thing? Go ahead. Tell me that.
No, it's not the same thing. You know, like Tatum, like there is like a little
kryptonite. We get it, bro. Tatum's your kryptonite. Jason Tatum to you is LeBron James and Skip Bayless, bro.
It really isn't. It really is the
same exact thing.
It really is. It's the exact thing.
It's the same exact thing.
It's not because I'm willing to change my mind if Tatum had an out of body performance in the finals. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see.
You would change your mind if he scores 30 points.
If he played at an A+ level in the finals, I would have definitely been like, all right.
Just go ahead and say you would change your mind if he scores 30.
But why? This is why. Like, y'all can't like do like get past what I said. All right, cool. I said that the Celtics would get spanked. They did not get spanked. They're up 2-0. Jason Tatum is cool. He's helping them win. We have all said on this, John.
This joint is hurting you. It hurt you to say that, didn't it?
He could play better.
Yeah.
We have all said that. And I have repeatedly said this is the worst case scenario for me. And I feel like for this podcast, because the fact that he isn't playing up to his A+ level, and people have said that he was going to play up to his A+ level in the finals. And I said repeatedly, if Tatum plays to his A+ level in the finals, I will tip my cap and all that. When he doesn't and they still win, I'm not going to tip my cap. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to tip my cap. I would like to see him play at an A+ level for me to be like, boom, like, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead.
So what grade did you give Tatum right now?
I give Tatum C+.
Okay, cool. I hope he scored 30 on Wednesday and we can bump that up to an A-. Let's go to the next topic because we're gonna talk about this in circles. Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic, bro. Who we got next? Man?
All right, next. I did want to talk about. I don't even know how this lasted an hour and 20, but I wanted to talk about Joe Mazzulla and the fact that we barely talked about it. I actually wanted to talk about because that is a guy I'm literally tipping my cap to. He is coaching his ass off. And we talked about that briefly. Joe Mazzulla is snapping. And I would love to hear how Joe Mazzulla is snapping, other than me apologizing, which I've done multiple times on this jump.
Joe Mazzulla is snapping because he's doing what I told you he would do. Because he is a great coach. You don't just go to the Eastern Conference Finals in your first 2 years if you don't know what you're doing at the helm. He is forcing Luka Doncic to beat the Boston Celtics by himself. He's limiting his other weapons as much as they can, and he's making Luka Doncic play one-on-one basketball versus whoever he gets to switch on, and they're living with that because they have a team full of defenders. And he's making Luka Doncic guard on the other end. Whoever Luka's guarding, they're setting that ball screen. He's lazy. He's going to switch, or he's going to try to stay attached. So he's leaving his man out on the island. He's getting attacked by every person on the floor. They put Drew Holiday in the bunker, in the short corner with Luka guarding because they know Luka don't know how to guard down there. He steps up and helps like he's in 4th grade basketball. In ball screens, he's half hedging, half flat showing, getting blown by ball screen dunks.
You talking about Lucas? So like,
but this is why Joe Mazzulla is great.
No. This is all how Joe Mazzulla is winning.
No, this is why Joe Mazzulla is great because he's putting the Mavericks in bad defensive rotations and matchups. And the reason why we're speaking on Luka in this is because he's the liability. And the other liability that they have, which is equally as important, is Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving has left Jaylen Brown wide open countless times.
Yeah, he's been terrible.
He's left Derek White open countless times. And also Kyrie Irving has been put in those same situations where it's a ball screen or it's a pin down to where they have to switch. And now he's guarding Tatum at the elbow, or guarding Jaylen Brown at the elbow, or guarding Porzingis at the elbow. And it's a bucket. So your two best guards offensively, like I said, coming into the series, are going to have to guard, and they're going to be liabilities for different ways. One of them can't guard a stationary cone, and the other one's not big enough and strong enough to guard a lineup of 6'5" and above across the board. Everybody else is pointless. Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, Derek, all those guys are pointless because they're defensive.
There's definitely coverages that target them. It's not just Luka and Kyrie.
No.
The
coverages do not target them.
No, the coverages they have to the secondary effect.
Yeah, the coverages call for them to have to make decisions. Either I'm going to help off my guy, or I'm going to stay home. Either way,
either way,
it's a blow by. It's a blow by from Luka. I'm getting by Luka. I'm getting by his slow ass easy.
or Kyrie.
Or
It's not
Kyrie.
just them.
But hold
Bro,
on.
the whole entire team is getting burnt off. This is why y'all are such hypocrites, bro. This is why I get mad. Why are we talking about Luke and Kyrie? Can we talk about the whole entire team?
Miles, this is what we're saying. This is the
literally
point.
getting there.
This is the point. Luka and Kyrie are the front line of it. Now, when they get blown by, the secondary guys of PJ, Derek, Lively, Derek Jones, Daniel Gafford, Jalen Auto, Josh Green, all those guys, Hardy, when they get blown by, now I got to make a decision on whether I'm going to help on Jason Tatum and stay in the gap and stop him from scoring, or am I going to give up this wide open drive and kick three? And that's what they've been giving up. I literally have a whole clip put together of watching Kyrie and Tatum get blown by. And it's causing their defense to get beat. Those other guys, when they get in switch situations, are getting blown by as well, which is what I told you was going to happen with the Dallas Mavericks, because it wasn't going to be drop coverage. Because if you drop coverage versus the Celtics, they're going to tear you apart. So when they get these switches, they're going to blow by. Somebody's going to help. We're going to kick. We're going to 1 more 3. Boom. Or they're going to blow by. Somebody's going to help. We're going to kick. We're going to drive. We're going to lay up. I told you this before the series started. And you told me, no. Joe Mazzulla can't coach. But I told you this is what he was going to do. I told you this is what the Celtics were going to do. Because they did it in 2 games in the regular season. And those 2 games that you said didn't matter when they beat them by 20 and 30. And they're doing it in the playoffs so far. That's why Joel Mazzulla is great, because he's finding a way to, cool, you want to go score 30, have 11 and 11. You want to just go score and try to play defense now late in your career. That's fine. We're going to test that. We're going to see how good y'all are defensively. And that's what they're doing. And offensively, Luka, have a field day beating us by yourself. And as you can see, the Boston Celtics are up 2-0.
I agree. They letting Luka just do him.
And he's losing.
And stop everybody else.
And he's losing. And on the other end, Jason Kidd is, stop Jason Tatum, and we got a chance. No, he's still going to make sure that his team wins. That's the difference, is what I'm trying to
Jason Kidd has been outcoached up to this point.
I know.
He's been outcoached, and his players
have been outplayed.
They just aren't helping him out at all.
Oh, man. Joe Mazzulla, yeah, come on, bro. Let's go, man. Next.
You ain't got nothing on Joe Mazzulla?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was giving it to you. You cut me off, and then I allowed Peter just go ahead and say the same thing, because you're going to listen to him. But if I say it, I'm only agreeing with him, so.
Next topic.
I literally was was I not in the middle of giving the same synopsis that you just gave? But because
you gave it the other day too, though. You gave it the other day too, though.
I gave it the past 2 days. Like I don't know, but you cut me off here where he had.
What we got next? It's just because I've been gone. He missed hearing my voice. That's all, man. What we got? Let's roll.
All right, bro. Y'all good on the finals?
Yeah, the finals is cool, man. Celtics up 2-0. Game 3 Wednesday. And I just pray Tatum goes for 30 so we can get back on here and you can be happy.
I will say that. I look forward to that, because I will gladly apologize and do all I gotta do if he turn up. All right, next, John. Caitlin Clark and Team USA. So they had a 12-team roster.
Mm-hmm.
The likes of Asia Wilson, Breonna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Diana Taurasi, Kalia Cooper, Sabrina Ionescu were some notable players in that lineup. Caitlin Clark, was she a snub? Was this poor marketing or poor business by the WNBA? There's been talk of the players on the players on Team USA not really, being too fond of all this hype around Caitlyn, and it might bring a distraction. I'd like to know your thoughts. Kobe then P.
I'm allowed to talk now.
But I've been wanting you to talk, bro. That's why I get so mad, because I actually want you to talk. But if I'm not letting you talk, then all right, boom. But I'm trying to get you to talk, bro. Because he says BS, and I'm like, bro, I know you don't agree with that. I want you to say what you want to say. That's why I get mad.
A few things. I'll say what I said last night. Caitlin Clark was not a snub. Do I believe that there are arguments where she could have and I would go as far as to say maybe even should have made the team? Yes, but nothing more than marketing purposes. And that's like, I know there are a lot of people who agree and disagree and whatever. But for marketing purposes, the fact of the matter is that I really hate having to call her the face of the league, but like because of all the talk surrounding, you have to call somebody the face of something if they're the talk of something. She is the talk of the league, so therefore she is one of the faces of the league, I would say.
He wanted to say
I won't go as far as to say the face, but she is one of the faces of the league already, and she's only played 11 or 12 games. So there's that. For marketing purposes, that is the argument that she could have made the team. Outside of that, there is not a person on the team that you should take off of the team for her, which is why she's not a snub. I'll go as far as to say we talked about it last night, Miles. Enrique, I can't pronounce her last name. I don't want to butcher it. She is a snub. Like, that is what you would consider a snub, whether it be for skill level, accolades, whatever it is you want to go for. That is what you would consider a player snub. But is Caitlin Clark a snub? I'm not calling her a snub. She's just somebody who didn't make the team that is among a whole list of other people that maybe should have made the team. But like, I'm not taking her off. I'm not taking anybody else off the team to put her on. P?
I mean, I don't think she should have made the team. Like, when we talking about what are we doing? Like, this is my thing. Everyone's saying that she should have made the team for marketing purposes. People do realize, like, people gonna watch the Olympics whether Caitlin Clark is there or not. It's the Olympics.
It's not about that, though. It's not about that. That's the reason I don't like that take from you is because that's maybe the most naive take I've ever heard you make. Because you know good and well, yes, they're gonna watch the Olympics regardless, but you also know that with her being the talk of something, if she's there, if she makes the flight, if she makes the team and gets on the court, and Miles, I'll agree with something you said earlier. They shouldn't be concerned with whether or not fans are mad she only plays 3 minutes or not. If she goes in and she makes a shot, she makes one of those really nice step back 3-pointers that she makes. If she goes in and she does that, yes, obviously people are going to watch the Olympics regardless. But if she goes in and she does what she does for 5 or 6 minutes, it's gonna build, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna build some, like, it's gonna make waves on social media, and it's gonna make other people come and watch the games, the WNBA games, because this is much further beyond just the Olympics. So when you say they're gonna watch the Olympics regardless, sure, they're going to watch the Olympics regardless. But will they watch the WNBA after the Olympics? And I think that's more the point when you talk about the marketing side of it.
But it's no guarantee that they're going to watch the WNBA whether she's there or not. And now people and there's no guarantee on that. But also now with her not making the team, people are going to watch just to see if they lose without her there because she's not on the team.
But it's not about but you're talking you're still,
and y'all, I get y'all point is to globalize the WNBA, is to make the WNBA. I get that. But Caitlin Clark isn't the only person that can do that, is what I'm saying.
But
and my thing with Caitlin Clark is my thing with Caitlin Clark is I seen Stephen A try to compare her to Christian Laettner on First Take. I seen him try to compare her to Christian Laettner, which
That's a terrible comparison.
I thought that was bad. I thought that was a bad comparison because Christian Laettner was a National Player of the Year. He was a Wooden Award winner. He was a back-to-back national champion coming out. But like Caitlin Clark has not, like, from a basketball skill point, she didn't deserve to make that team. And for the USA, that's a criteria. Team USA isn't necessarily the WNBA, it's Team USA basketball. So I don't think she should have been on the team. This is not the All-Star game. This is Team USA. You put the best people you feel out there. You put the best people you feel out there to go win the Olympics. And if she's not one of the best 12 that we got to offer to the world, she don't make the team. And that's simple as that.
There's been plenty of other times where there wasn't somebody that made the men's team wasn't one of the best 12 in the world.
Yes, because on the men's side, they opted not to play. They don't do that on the women's side. On the men's side, guys opted not to play, so they had to fill the spots. On the women's side, all the women opt in to play in the Olympics.
I would argue that if there were people that opted not to play, Anthony Davis was not the only choice. I would argue that if Shaquille O'Neal opted not to play, Christian Laettner was not the only choice.
Shaquille O'Neal, that's the thing. They picked Christian Laettner over Shaquille O'Neal for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the right choice. You picked the right person. Shaquille O'Neal shouldn't have been on that team.
All right, but there we can make arguments for plenty of other people in the league that year who could have made the team. Christian Laettner, it was not one of the best 12.
The only other person in the NBA that should have been on that team was Isaiah Thomas. He's the only other person, and we know why he got snubbed. Well, we know why he didn't get picked. That's clear as day. We know why. During that time, the process was also a lot different. They always filled the roster at the end with the best college player coming out back then. And Christian Laettner was exactly that. Clear cut as day. There was nobody close.
No, I'll definitely say that I feel like it's a terrible comparison because Christian Laettner's impact on the game wasn't even close to Caitlin Clark's impact. And so that's the first thing. And her
on what game?
Her viewership. You said what?
On what game?
Like her impact, Caitlin Clark's impact on the game of basketball compared to Christian Laettner's impact on the game of basketball.
Do you know what Christian Laettner's impact was on college basketball?
No, he's not close to Caitlin Clark.
In 91 and 92, boy, are you crazy?
No, he's not. He's not. Nobody is watching the NBA or whatever. Nobody's watching the NBA because of Christian Laettner. People are watching.
Christian Laettner had people watching men's college basketball. Caitlin Clark had people watching women's college basketball. The NBA was already what it was when Christian Laettner got there because of Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. So he didn't have to be that.
Yeah, but that's why this is different. This is different because there isn't a Larry Bird or a Magic Johnson in the WNBA. So it's like, boom. If you can capitalize off this moment,
please don't click that. Please don't click
what?
That. They're gonna kill you for that one.
Are you crazy?
For what?
There wasn't a Larry Bird and Magic.
There wasn't a Larry Bird and Magic in the W in terms of impact that they made outside of just, bro. Somebody, I gotta re-say that, John. When I say that, it's, like Larry Bird and Magic. That's what Angel Reese. Hold up. When I say that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, I'm saying that as because not only is it their game, but it's what they do to grow the game outside of the parameters of just the court. That is something that hasn't been done in the WNBA yet, to a level where all the fans, like we're talking about, I saw this stat, and I believe this is attributed to not only Kaylin but Angel as well. Both of them, majority Kaylin. Across ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, and CBS, WNBA games are averaging 1.32 million viewers, which nearly triple last season's standard of 462,000 viewers. And we have just come from not even a year, not even 6 months since women's college basketball was shattering records. So it's clear as day that, yes, it's not just Kaylin, but Kaylin herself brings a crowd. If you're talking about, even if it's double what the WNBA is, it's more than that. You have more people than current people that have already been watching that are looking to her. And it's not going to be everybody. It's going to be some fanboys that Kaylin can't do anything wrong and all that. And, they'll disrespect the greats. I looked at Kaylin's rookie debut and I was like, shoot, let me see the past rookie debuts. And I've seen Candace Parker. So if you have more people interested, more people talking about it, eventually it's going to help everybody out. It's going to be like, yo, you're going to tune in to the Team USA to potentially see Caitlin Clark. But also while you're watching it, you see Asia Wilson. Now, I know she's a dog, but some other people, they don't know how historic she's been this season. They're going to see how great Breonna Stewart's fadeaway is. They're going to see the fact that Diane Taurasi at 41 years old is averaging 16 points. I mean, she's hooping. She's hooping. I would have liked Enrique to be in there for sure, because she is flat out hooping. But even other people like Kalia Cooper, like, there'll be other people, everybody will benefit from it. So that's something that I just look to and be like, it helps everybody. And it's not a crime to just say, yeah, like, Caitlin Clark, I think her race plays a part in it. The fact that she is a white girl, they're going to be more drawn into. That's just what it is. They're going to be more drawn into. The same way with Larry Bird, they more drawn into him because he the white bull from Boston, the great white hope. It's the same effect. And so it's like, let's just go ahead and play off that, and then everybody win. Like, shoot.
Let me ask you this. Should Angel Reese be on the team?
I don't think she should, but I wouldn't be mad at
Why?
it. It would actually bring more people.
No. Why don't you think she should?
I think that she isn't close to the bigs there.
She's not what?
Like, I feel like Kaylin is closer. I personally think she's better than Sabrina. We ain't got it. I know you disagree. I know you disagree, but I don't even want to talk about that. But I do believe that Kaylin is closer to the guards than Angel is closer to the bigs. I believe that.
How when Angel's been frying them? Angel has been playing very good. I ain't gonna say frying. That's excessive. Angel's been playing very good versus every big in the league. Caitlin Clark has been getting dogged by some of these guards.
We're talking about 30, like 30. We're not talking about the threes. They're both playing well. Both the top two rookies. They're the top two rookies. That's why I want to add this, because I'm like, they're the top two rookies. I just feel like one is closer to being great than the other is closer to being great at this time.
Bro.
And I know what's about to happen, because if I clip this,
bro,
this about to be insane.
I don't feel
like it's crazy. Like, what I'm saying is crazy. Like, I'm
So,
really
so
like
the
I'm
person,
with
so the
Angel.
person that
Angel's
is
hooping.
equally bringing
Angel's hooping.
attention, the person that is equally bringing the same attention to the game for women's basketball,
Not equal.
who's
It's not.
who's having a better rookie year than the other one.
Who is?
Angel Reese is Angel Reese as of right now is the rookie of the year for the WNBA. And if it's not her, it's Rakia Jackson.
But then if I argue this, I already know
Kobe,
it's
am I
gonna
wrong?
be. I know it's gonna be. I'm gonna still argue because I don't care.
Kobe,
But
am I
like,
wrong? Kobe, am I wrong?
if I argue it,
No,
bro,
Kobe, am I
black
Hold
wrong?
on,
women
I'm
gonna
waiting.
get
I'm
me.
waiting on the argument because I just
Black women
can't
gonna
wait
get
for him to
me.
clip this. I can't wait for him
Black
to clip
women
this.
gonna get me. Like, I believe Caitlin Clark, regardless of her struggles, Dejanay Carrington had her way. In comparison to this rookie class, she's clearly the best player of the rookie class.
Yeah, you done lost your mind. You done lost your mind, bro. You lost your mind, bro.
And I don't want to have this because it's like I don't want to tear down Angel because she is hooping for a rookie.
Are
She's top
you
two. She has
serious?
done some historic things herself with
Bro.
rebounding.
Miles, bro.
But I personally think
Miles, you
One of
gotta be
those, it's another one of those like hooping and contributing to winning.
Miles, you gotta be better, bro.
And she's hooping very well, and they're winning.
Bro, you gotta be better, bro. Like, come on,
do
bro.
you think Angel is the rookie of the year?
I think she makes a very strong case, and it's
Andrew Reese is averaging a double-double as a rookie.
and it's probably a stronger case than Caitlin is making. And it has a lot to do with consistency. Caitlin has played very good games. Angel Reese plays very good every night.
Every night. She's consistent every night. Every single night, she is consistent. No matter who is standing across from her, it doesn't matter. She's going to give you double-doubles every night, just like she did in college. She's the
her game is translated the best. It has translated the best.
Boy.
Has it not?
Oh.
Has it not translated the best?
Nasty convo.
Oh, you got to be better, bro.
I'm already seeing where it's about to go, and I'm going to stand on it.
Because this is my thing, bro. Like,
all means. Say what you got to say, but
I'm not as educated on the players that the Chicago Sky have outside of Angel Reese. So I'll put that out there. But I can suspect there are some better players around that make it easier versus when you're the number one option and all the attention is on you. It's a little bit different.
Bro.
Like it's a reason why the Fever were the team with the number one overall pick. I would like to see my girl Leah Boston.
The Sky had the third and fifth pick. I think they had 2 top 10 picks too. So what are you talking about? They both were bad teams.
They might have a better GM. They might have a better GM.
They both were bad teams, bro.
One is a little bit worse. Like, you feel me? Like the Sixers in like the late 10s, like they had the number one overall pick. Somebody else had the number 2 overall pick, but you was like, all right, the Sixers are bad. Like they the worst team. Like it's a difference between 1 to 3. And if I don't know what the GM did, but if the GM got 2 picks in the top 5, he must have did something right.
Miles, I'm gonna put it like this. In this WNBA season so far, Caitlin Clark is 3-10. Angel Reese is 4-6. And Angel Reese Angel Reese did not have her counterpart that was drafted with her that you do know of that hurt my heart this past season, hitting that bank 3. But Camilla hasn't even really played with them yet. who's going to be a difference for their team. And Angel Reese has still found a way to help her team get more wins than Caitlin Clark has, and has been consistent in doing that night in and night out. It is that simple because she even has the ball less.
No,
And
because
people want to shut
more games.
people want
They play
people
more
want
games.
who
They
do
literally
what?
have 13 games compared to the Sky who have 10 games. Like they have more games played.
Miles.
You
They
can't
play
just look at the
13.
record. We have to look at their play. Look at their play. That's when you
Miles.
get into like the narratives and all this stuff. Let's go strictly
Miles.
to the play, to the
Yeah,
facts.
their play. Angel Reese is averaging a double-double, and she's consistent every night. That's the play. She's averaging a double-double, and she's consistent every night. That's literally the play. She's doing the exact same thing, that she did in college, double-double every night. She's doing it in the WNBA. Every single night.
Is her role different from Caitlyn though?
Their roles have always been different.
Yeah,
Cool. All right. Yeah.
That didn't mean anything. You just said that just to say it.
Their roles is different. One is expected to be the number one option. The other one is used in an actual system. They have a great system. This is a compliment to them.
Miles,
This is
I'm
not
sorry,
me talking down.
You don't have a great system, and you got a losing record, Miles.
That's what I'm saying. They have a system. The Fever, the Chicago Sky. They got something to work with. They got something to work with.
And so, bro, what do you mean? This Fever do, bro? Do you not?
They don't have nothing. We don't have nothing. They don't have nothing,
bro. The Indiana Fever have 2 of the top 4 scorers ever in college basketball history. They have Aaliyah Boston at the 5. What are you talking about? They don't have anything to work with.
Why did they have the number 1 overall pick?
Because they had a bad year last year. The same reason why the Sky had 2 picks.
They are a bad team.
And so are the Chicago Sky.
They're not as bad. The Chicago Sky.
Yes, they are.
Well, if they're as bad,
it's okay to say that Angel's playing better than her.
One team is 3 of 10. The other is 4 and 6. The other one hasn't played as many games, so we don't even know where.
Yeah, she hasn't played as many games, and she still has more wins. You had more opportunities to have more wins than me, and you still don't have more wins than me.
They've played teams that are far better than them. They're playing the
there's
Liberty.
Only 12 teams. They've all played each other. It's only 12 teams. They've all played each other. There is no like 30 plus. There's only 12 teams, Miles. They've all played each other at this point, dog. They don't play the same opponents, bro. Like they're not playing nobody different, bro.
When I look at like the Fever's record,
it's the eye test.
When I just look at the Fever's record, and I've been saying like this ain't my thing, but I know who's nice. The Connecticut Sun this year, nice. L. Liberty, it was in the finals. I've seen them in person. L. Back to back. L's. Connecticut Sun, L. The Storm. I know they ain't the top flight teams, but shoot, they that tier under them. Loss. The Sparks, who's around, you know what they are. They beat them. The Aces, they lost to them. The Sparks, they lost in a close game. The Storm, they lose to them. The Sky, they played the Sky. They beat them. So I'm just saying, they beat the Sky head to head. They lose to
Liberty. The Sky beat the Liberty twice.
But then
they beat the Liberty twice.
But I'm saying,
the Sky beat the Wings.
What team have they lost to? What's a team that they've lost to outside of the LA Sparks that is really in their stratosphere talent-wise? Is nobody. They've beat all the, whether it's the Mystics, Kaylin went crazy against them.
The Sky have beat the teams that you're talking about are
but they did not beat, but shoot, they ain't beat the Fever. They ain't beat the Fever.
They lost on a buzzer beater at the end.
But you're not seeing the teams that the Fever have faced. What is a team that they faced
The
that you were like,
Sky
all
have
right, they
played
should
the
have.
same teams, is what I'm saying to you, and they beat them. That's what I'm saying to you. Angel Reese has played the same teams as Caitlin Clark, and she's found a way to beat them. And Caitlin Clark has it, is what I'm saying. That's my point of Caitlin Clark. I mean, Angel Reese is the rookie of the year. Angel Reese is consistently putting up a double-double at night. Why should not Angel Reese have been put on Team USA versus Caitlin Clark when they both bring the same type of energy and awareness to the WNBA and the game of basketball? They both were the story in college. They both have been the story in the WNBA.
Because
Why did Angel Reese name get mentioned?
Caitlin marketably has a bigger impact than Angel Reese. It is bigger. It is bigger. Angel has brought, and this is why it's people. I think it's people that have ruined it a little bit and have said like, "Oh, like Angel hasn't done nothing." No, Angel has done something, but Caitlin has done the most.
At one point, if I remember correctly, at one point, Angel Reese had the highest NIL number in women's basketball.
Thank you. She had more commercials than any other women's college basketball player in history. Thank you. She has just as many endorsements as Caitlin Clark does. Thank you. She brings the same awareness that Caitlin Clark does.
It's not, it's Caitlin's a little bit more. Like, let's not even
a little bit more what?
A little bit more what?
Not even a little bit more. It's size. It's not drastic. It's not drastic, but there is Caitlin. Are they talking about Angel Reese on debate shows unless it involves Caitlin Clark? That's what it's not. It's not me doing. Shoot, I got real talk. We got real talk. We got real talk.
Angel Reese
Let's
speaks
just talk about
something.
the facts. Let's just talk about the facts.
Every time Angel Reese says something, they talk about her. Every time. Every statement she's made is plastered everywhere.
Related to? What is it related to? Caitlin Clark. And I'm not trying to diminish Angel Reese. I'm saying just Caitlin is a little bit, not even a little bit. It's not a huge bunch. It's not a little bit, but she has.
So you're saying that Caitlin Clark had an absolute chance, or should have had an absolute chance to be on this team, and Angel Reese shouldn't.
No, I think Caitlin.
No, I want you to answer. I want you to answer the question straight up. I don't want to beat around. Caitlin Clark should have had a chance to be on Team USA, and Angel Reese shouldn't have? Yes or no?
Yes, because Caitlin is closer to the talent than the guards compared to Angel to the bigs. And Caitlin's impact is more than Angel.
Please clip this. Please clip this and post this as a reel. Please.
I will. And I just feel like, and it's sad because it's going to turn into hating black women, and that's what it's going to turn to, but it's not, because like I love Angel Reese and she has contributed to it. But like there are levels to this.
Yeah, and one's meeting the requirement and the other one's not.
But I think you're also into like too much of their play and to what the reality is. More people are coming to see Caitlin Clark shoot from 30 than Angel Reese.
The Chicago Sky have also sold out every game they played this year.
They have, but the Fevers has been astronomically better. That's just the fact, bro.
If y'all both selling out arenas, what do you mean it's been astronomically better? They both selling out every game that they play, both of them.
They both have huge impact. They both have huge impact.
All right. All right. What other topic we got, bro? What other topic we got, bro?
I don't know how this turned, and like this is nasty work because I didn't even want to go here.
It's egregious.
It's crazy because I didn't even want to go here. I brought up Team USA, and then this turned to Caitlin versus Angel.
It's not Caitlin versus Angel.
I'm gonna post it. Matter of fact, this is a good segue, right? This is a good segue because I'm gonna still post this. And even though, and y'all know this ain't me saying what they gonna say in the comments and all that about black women and all that, and I've given the praise, they gonna try to associate me to the fanboys that is like, Angel who, this, all that. I'm still trying to save face before this joint get clipped. But I do want to bring it back to Team USA. There's been parks, there's been like, all right, I'll just say this. I was doing yard work today. I was just thinking about what I was going to say. I was just in the yard. I was pulling out weeds. I was cutting the hedges. I was like, all right, like, what am I about to say? And who are some notable names there? Diana Taurasi. She's the OG of the group. I would compare her in terms of what they mean to Team USA. It's comparable to Bron, what she is to that team. So I have no problem with DT being on there.
Facts.
I got no problem. And I know like they gonna look out for the person that got them the 5 gold medals. For sure. That's what it is. You should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair to say that we saw Diane Taurasi say that we saw Diane Taurasi say Paige Beckers should be the number 1 overall pick over Caitlin Clark? And do you think if DT was like, oh, I want Caitlin on here, it would have happened? Do you think like she has that much sway? And I guess a follow-up to that is, do you believe the team, but I guess spicy, the team is for Caitlin being there, or are they like, we would rather no, we would rather. What I'm really trying to say is this more of the commissioner making their own rule or making their own decision rather? Or is this more about the players and then being like, we cool off this Caitlin Clark hype. We just want to hoop and get this gold medal. We don't care about that.
No, I think it's fact of the matter that the women understand that the women in the community, she's not one of the best players to be on this team. Like that's just what we're talking like we're talking people. That's my point of, and I know Kobe, you don't like this, but the point is everyone's already heard the hype about Caitlin Clark and da da da. But if she's at the Olympics and she's not playing, it's pointless. If she's at the Olympics and people are just begging for her to be in the game and she only gets in for 3 minutes or 7 minutes or 5, like, and she's not playing, it's pointless for her to be there. That's the whole point of like, why bring her if she's not going to be able to be here to do what she's actually supposed to be here to do? The reason why the dream team was so great and why Christian Laettner didn't matter, because Christian Laettner wasn't there to mark. No, Christian Laettner was there because you were the best thing that college basketball had to offer. Michael Jordan played almost every minute in all them games because he was there to be the lead of, we're bringing the NBA global. The players, Asia Wilson is clear cut as day the best player in the WNBA. He's not even close. So no, I don't think DT, if she says, oh, I want her on the team, I don't think it comes down to if she say I want her on the team or not, or the players say we want her on the team or not. The players want to go and continue this streak that they've been having of not dropping gold medals in the Olympics. And it don't have nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. She's just not good enough yet to be on this team. Angel Reese is just not good enough yet to be on this team. And that goes back to, I don't think neither one of them should have been on the team. But I'm saying, if you're going to put one on the team, the other most definitely got an argument in both scenarios.
I honestly, if it was both, that would have been crazy. If you want to talk about, because I have the perspective too of I'm literally about to work this, John. And I'm like, shoot, if I did social media on Kaylin and Angel in the Olympics as teammates, going from rivals to teammates, that is some. But I do believe that they'll be up so much, especially in like, the group stage or the like round of 16 tournament or like, earlier in the tournament. I believe that like they'll be up by so much. Yeah, they'll put Kaylin in for 5-6 minutes and she might hit a couple of threes. Like, I believe like
It
that's
don't matter at
they
that
could do
point.
the same. They could have done the same thing. They could have done the same thing with Angel too.
I know,
It don't
but then
even
you're
matter. It
taking
don't even matter.
opportunity
But
away
I'm
from
saying,
great
but
players
also
that
let
you
me just
hurt.
say this. Let me just say this. I also believe in Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Khalid Cooper. Ain't Judy Cloud on that John too?
I think so.
I'm so confident in the team as a whole that if they brought in Kaylin or not, they was gonna win gold regardless. But I do see the point if you like, all right, we want the 6. I'm sorry. I do see the point if they're like, we want the top 12 best players. I get that. I'll just say, shoot, there was an opportunity missed to have higher views than what you have
I'll
in
say
the Olympics.
I'll say this, and I think this is where we like we differ. Like, because on one hand, like P, you're a coach, so you look at it, everything you do is basketball first. Like what you
Good,
do is
good ass point. Good ass point. Yeah.
like everything you do, the way that you look at it is basketball first. And I think like they're bashing Stephen A right now for saying what me and Miles are basically saying about the whole marketing thing. But the whole point is I think there are people like when you think about this, like it's literally basketball first for you. We look at it as media first. So when Miles was just making his points and his statements about like, yeah, bro, if I'm working this, if I could have done like Miles in his mind is already thinking like he just gave you a whole storyline. He's already in his mind thinking storylines like yo, like if I could do media and I could say I could give the Caitlin and Angel went from rivals to teammates. Like in your mind, for media personalities, we think about that first. And so where we differ is in the conversation that we're having right now, and why we won't see eye to eye in this conversation, and we probably never will, even though I agree with what you're saying, that neither one of them at this stage are good enough to make the team. The reason we'll never see eye to eye is because we look at it from a marketability standpoint first. And so when we think about I don't even want to call it complaints, but when we think about the sentiments from the WNBA and the fans that they have already had for so long, that we want to grow the game, we want more fans, we want more da 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 da. The arguments that we will always have is, and especially in a conversation like this, is well, we're giving y'all ways that you can do that, but y'all don't want to take them. Like we're giving you ways, and we know exactly what it is. Like y'all are looking at it basketball first, so it's like, oh, neither one of them are good enough right now. But what we know to be true is, and what like what y'all will admit, but because of the feelings towards Caitlin Clark and the feelings that whatever Angel Reese, whatever you feel about Angel Reese, because of whatever y'all feel about the two, like it's like they don't need to be there. They don't need to be there. But we're like, yo, like we literally are all watching the dub right now because of them two. Imagine if we could bring them to the final, or to the I'm talking about to the finals, to the Olympics across the country, across the world. Only imagine what they would do once those two won a gold. And so what we already know to be true is if you can win 7 straight, the likelihood is that you're going to win 8 straight. So if you're going to win 7 straight and you've been that dominant for that long, the likelihood is that you will win 8 straight. So what we're thinking is, as media personalities, and like I said, we differ in this, we differ in opinions, obviously. But what we think is as media personalities, hey, bro, if you've been dominant enough to win 7, we're probably damn near a lot to win 8, right? So if we're damn near a lot to win 8, and that's just the way that we see it. But you have to remember that the good majority of us are casuals because we weren't watching to begin with. And so now we look at it as, if these two are the reason that we're watching, why not bring them? Because there will be more people that watch. And it only makes sense to us as we're all casuals and we wasn't watching to begin with. So why not bring the two people that are making us watch now? It just makes sense for us.
And I
And
get
let me just
that
add
part.
before. Let me add after him, and then it's your show. When we say, because it's two conversations of like, it's the talk of, well, she hasn't earned her spot yet. Like, her time will come, but she hasn't earned her spot. I hear that. It's also like, I feel like they would have won, like Kobe said, and you shook your head. I feel like they would have won the gold medal regardless of who is the 11th or 12th man on the bench, or 11th woman. I'm sorry, 11th or 12th woman on the bench. And so, if you think, another conversation is, if you think that them, picking up maybe a Kaylin over Sabrina, or a Kaylin over Chelsea Gray, that would disrupt the chemistry, and maybe that makes them vulnerable to lose in the Olympics, then that's a whole nother conversation. If that's what you think, then I agree. I still, if they lost, it would be a lot of views, but I would not risk that. My marketing is good, but I wouldn't risk them. Like, if it was between them winning silver and bronze, because that's just a travesty. I'm sorry, it's Team USA, just a travesty. I'm not taking marketing and this growth of the game over. All right, shoot, we better get this 8th. I mean, it's history. I'm talking about men and women. So if it jeopardizes history, and that's what you're saying, and you can say your thoughts on that, then all right, like, I see what you're saying. I don't agree, but I can see why you would not be in favor of that.
My thing is this, like, what you talking about? If you win 7, it's a lock. It's never a lock. Like, you still got to go win basketball games. Like, people like to just come on here and say, like, oh, we just gonna go win this. We're gonna draw. We sat there and watched some of the best basketball players we've ever seen. Tim Duncan, AI, Bron, Melo, Wade. They went and lost to Puerto Rico. They went and brought home a bronze in 04. And we go in this and thinking things it's never a lock. You have to go win games. So the basketball comes first, and then from the media purposes of it, which I get where y'all coming from, is yes, if they are marquee and playing, yes, I get that. But if they are just there just to be on the, my thing is, if they are just there just to sit on the bench and be on the team, so y'all can record them on the sideline and they're not playing, there's honestly no point in them being there.
You're right. But you gotta, you're picking it apart, but you gotta put it all back together. And this is what I mean by that. You're right. If they're not gonna play, cool, don't bring them.
Which they won't. That's the thing.
Hold on. This is what I mean by you're picking it apart. If they're not gonna play, cool. But put it together, because what we've all said, and what you keep hearing us say is, if you won 7, you're probably going to win 8. And hold on, listen. Just listen. Just hear me out right quick. What I'm saying in that is the thought process that if you've won 7 and you're probably going to win 8 goes along with, hey, bro, there's probably going to be an opportunity for them to play. If we get 3 clips out of Caitlin Clark, and we get another 3 clips out of Angel Reese, our whole perspective is that those 3 clips, or what would be 6 clips if both of them were taken to the Olympics, those 6 clips would do better numbers than just about anything else that you put out the whole week. That's the whole point to us. I believe if you give Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark 5 minutes apiece on the court, they will both find a way to do 3 good things Hey, we get one check-in video. They tapped the table, they checking in. Angel Reese checks in for the first time. Caitlin Clark hits a 3. Caitlin Clark's first points in the Olympics. Angel Reese hit somebody with a mean mug. Angel Reese with the Barbie doll mug in the Olympics. Like the list goes on, and I can keep giving them to you.
That's
I can keep giving them to you.
It's iconic.
Look at that.
But just hear me. What our whole point is we believe that in 5 minutes, even if you only give them 5 to 6 minutes, I will get everything I need. I will get every clip I need. So when you say they won't play, we say, well, if you won 7, you probably win 8, which means there's got to be at some point room to give them 5 minutes, right? That's why I say you got to put it back together, because
that's the point of not putting it back together, because you're saying if going to the Olympics and
what I'm telling you is you can't argue one without the other. The reason you can
is because winning is. I'm saying the reason you can argue is because winning is not guaranteed. I don't care if you won 7.
It's not.
That's the thing. Winning is not guaranteed. Chemistry is not.
Dominance is dominance, and they've been dominant for 7. Hey, what's the math on that? Somebody give me the math on that. 7.
What I'm saying
that's 28 years, bro.
That means 28 years. Nobody has touched them. They've been untouchable.
I'm not even 28.
28 years.
I understand the purpose of if you won 7. I understand that. I'm telling you, whether you won 7 or not, winning is not guaranteed ever in sports. And second to that, chemistry is not guaranteed ever in sports. There's a reason why.
If that's the art, and that's why Miles just asked that last question.
And that's why I was trying to finish that.
But that's what I'm saying. Miles just asked that last question, and the whole question was if DT said, "Hey, bro, we want Caitlin on the team," do you think they would have allowed it, or do you think it was a commissioner thing? Because the whole reason he asked that question was to say. It's the question that gets at the whole chemistry thing.
You're going to get
it's the question that gets at the whole chemistry thing. So if you believe the argument, and one of the arguments is the chemistry thing, then say that. But you want to know what most people don't want to talk about? Most people don't want to talk about the chemistry thing. And the fact of the matter is that's one of the biggest reasons that they're not on the team. The fact of the matter is one of the biggest reasons that they're not on the team is the chemistry thing. It is. You have to know.
Because I think it's a reason, but I don't think it's a big reason. I think the bigger reason is they are not good enough to be on the team yet, because they're not better than any of the players on the team. And secondly, on that, with that, chemistry plays a part, because now when you go back to the WNBA season or go back to other events, now that's at jeopardy. When you leave this country and go play somewhere else, that is at jeopardy. Because now we going over here, and if the chemistry, and I'm not saying whether they're on the team or if they're not, the chemistry would have been right or wrong. I'm not saying that would have been like they would have just completely killed chemistry, because with time, everything heals. But I'm saying, first and foremost, they weren't good enough yet to be on the team. That's 1A bottom line. So everything else when it comes to Team USA and basketball falls behind that. Secondly, when it comes to the media portion of it, if we're going to take them and now because y'all want a 2 minutes or 3 minutes to get a clip of them checking in or this or that, we got to force them in when they really shouldn't even be in the game. So y'all can get y'all clips. That's another problem, because now you're taking it away from what the Olympics is here for.
But if they're up by, I see if it's a close game.
And you just started your sentence with if they're up by 50. If they're not up by 50, if they are not winning, they don't play, and they're there for no reason.
Wait. But this is what I also want to ask. And you're a coach, so you'll know this better than me. You also spend time with USA. But are all 12 players actually playing? Because, and
This team?
I'm asking because, quite frankly, I've never been on a basketball team where there's a 12-man rotation. I've never been on a basketball team where there's a 12-man rotation.
Okay.
I've never seen a 12-man rotation used, nor have I ever been played in a 12-man rotation.
And that's my thing. And whether all 12 players are playing or not, I don't know. But say they aren't. If all 12 players aren't playing on this current roster, and all of them are better than them two, that's even more of making my point. Why would I bring two players? Why would I bring two players that are worse than the 12 that I already got to not play them anyway?
I think that there's I think that makes both points. It could make your point, or we could also go back to the fact that you just told me that you said what did you say just 2 seconds ago? You said something like that's not the point of the USA basketball team anyway. I thoroughly disagree. The reason I disagree is because being on a USA basketball team or just being on any country's team in general is about winning, but it's also about bringing recognition to your country.
And they're going to do that.
Huh?
They're going to do that.
I'm gonna keep it so tall with you, P. I'm gonna keep it so tall with you, and they're gonna kill me for this one. But you know what the fact of the matter is? The fact of the matter is how many people do you know in your life that watched women's USA basketball?
Plenty.
You know,
yours is a little bit
I can't really ask you that because you're a coach. Because you're a coach. I can't really ask you that because you're a coach. But I really want
we
you
can just go to the numbers, bro. Like it's just
the general consensus isn't that people are watching a lot of USA women's basketball. They will this year. The numbers will be up, and you're right. The numbers will be up even with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark not on the court. But the fact of the matter is, hey, bro, if they was, it would bring a lot too. It would bring a lot. It would bring a lot of aura, as they say these days. And it would bring a lot of aura, and it would bring a lot of aura back to the dub. My whole point is,
we all got some clips, bro. I'm trying to tell you because you got the clip because P got the clip on Luka. They going get him for that, and then the stuff on the WNBA they going to get it.
This is my.
They don't get us,
this
but
is my,
I do.
This
I
is
say it's one thing.
I want to get this out real quick.
Yes.
This is my thing. If they were, if Angel and Kaylin or Kaylin Angel, however you want to play, if they were what, like they aren't even what on, even Anthony Edwards, for example. Like they aren't even like that. Like if they were that and you put them on the team, okay, I get that. But they aren't even that. Like they aren't even like it's just tough. Like when you're talking about Team USA, bro, it's beyond the media. And I say this because it's beyond the media because it's already gonna be there. Period, point blank, bottom line. No matter who it is, it's already gonna be there 100%. You're talking about the world is going to be there. This is my thing.
Where's it been for the past 28 years? Just answer that.
What?
Where's it? You said is the media is already going to be there anyway. I'm asking you. Yes, the literal cameras and all of that will be there. But where has this aura of media and great recognition and all of these things? Where has that been for the past 28 years? I'm gonna keep it so tall with you. There's a lot of people in the world. There's a lot of new WNBA fans that I promise you didn't even know that they've been dominant enough to win 7 straight gold medals.
And I agree with you. I agree with you on that. My thing is, I remind you
that the media gonna be there anyway.
I remind you because the WNBA just started in '96, is what I'm saying to you. Listen, when we talk about the NBA, people knew who Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, they knew who these people were. They knew who they were. They knew what the NBA was already. And then they went to the Olympics 10 years later. 10 years, actually 12 years later. So now people are just now finding out what the W is. Give it time. It's not their time yet, is what I'm saying to you. It's not their time yet. This is not the only moment that you're going to be able to have to capitalize on their media. Let them become actual, genuine stars, superstars. Let them become actual superstars. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are not superstars yet.
I don't disagree.
I'm sorry. They're not superstars yet. Let them become
talent wise, but I think I
but
would
that's
say
the point. It all goes together. It all goes together. It all goes together. Let them become genuine superstars and then take them to the world in LA in 28 when they've become genuine superstars and marquee icons around the entire world. Like Michael Jordan was, like Magic Johnson was, like Larry Bird was, and then showcase them to the world. Instead of bringing them and sitting them down and making them have to do sideline interviews about players that may or may not even like them. That's what I'm saying to it. I'm not saying that y'all couldn't make y'all point in the marketing space with them being there. I absolutely think y'all could in different ways. I'm just saying when it comes to the Olympics, it's bigger than that because it's already going to be there, period.
That's not the truth.
It is the truth because it's been there.
Not at the level, though. Not at the level.
You already see the.
Right. Not at the.
It's just if you scroll on social media,
it's hard to say it's not at the level when in '96, literally the women's took a team there, and that team was media showcased to start a league. If that team doesn't go, they don't start a whole. They started a whole league because of one team. Is what I'm saying to y'all. So it's already there. It just takes
Dub historian. Okay, Dub historian. Cool. You got a lot of history and facts. This is what I'm telling you, dog. The majority of people do not know that. The consensus of people do not know that. The consensus and majority of people do not even know all of the players that are on the team. If I'm lying, I'm flying. But it's the truth, and you know it's the truth. Now I need you for this conversation specifically to step outside of the fact that you are a coach in women's college basketball, which means you have literal attachment to these people. You have attachment to these people. But the general consensus is not that everybody knows every player on the team. The general consensus is not that everybody knows every little WNBA fact that you're going to give us. The general consensus is not that the media is already there. It's just not. The literal cameras are there. But if you go back and you scroll your feeds from the last real Olympics, I won't even give you the Olympics from a couple years ago. But sure, if I did, if you went back and scrolled your feed, I promise you, like the majority of people's feeds didn't have women's USA basketball highlights on them. It just didn't. They probably got a little picture and a little video when they actually won the gold, but it wasn't a whole bunch of highlights. It wasn't a whole bunch of interviews. It wasn't a whole bunch of stuff like that. It wasn't. And your feed is probably different, but you want to know why? Because you're invested in that space. So what you see on your feed and what the general consensus of the world sees on theirs is totally different.
So y'all think they should have been on a team strictly for marketing purposes?
No, I'm telling you, if they had an argument, it would be because of marketing purposes.
And y'all think
I would say that, yeah. I know that you and we gonna agree or disagree, but what we is saying is like you have an like again, they can wait 4 years and if the argument is, hey, look, she's going to get her time eventually, and I do believe when Caitlin Clark gets her time, we can all agree when Caitlin Clark gets her time and she's on the Olympic stage, it's going to be ridiculous. Same with Angel. Same with in 4 years, Cam Brink gonna be that. Rakia Jackson, she gonna be that, and it's gonna be like this new rookie class taking over. That's gonna be something too. And so that's a conversation too, where it's like, well,
That's
if
the
you wait 4 years, you can get everybody. But
the point.
how the world work?
It-
How the world work? But how the world work? We want things fast. We want to shoot. We see the fast car. I want that right now.
Since I want things fast,
I want that. I want to see that right now.
This is a question I have. If Wemby was an American, should he be on Team USA?
Oh yeah, he would definitely be on.
If Wemby was an American, should he or would he be on Team USA?
Yeah, he would be over Bam.
Crazy.
I don't. Yeah, I
You
don't.
crazy.
I don't know. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's why.
You're crazy.
Here's why. Here's why.
And both of y'all know, I don't even like doing ifs, but that was perfect for this situation. If Wemby was an American, should or would he be on Team USA? And
I would say he had an argument, but I would say I don't think so. And here's why. Here's the difference. The difference is Wemby, took over social media for a little bit, but Wemby didn't grow the game. Like, there's an actual difference, like, in what they did. Wemby came over from France or whatever, and it was cool. He did a lot of things, and he's fun to look at because he's 7'3". But I think there's a difference. There's a difference. Like, they are two of the biggest stars in America and have been for the past 2-3 years. And to be quite frank with you, they're bigger stars. Both of them are bigger stars than a lot of the women in the dub.
Yeah, I do agree that. I mean, and
it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to think about, but like, if we're just being honest about the whole thing, man. If we're just being honest about the whole thing, the reason that they're bigger stars isn't because they're better by any means. It's just they grew a game in college basketball. Both played on the national stage twice. Like, and just if you look at it from a rating standpoint, from an NIL standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, from all of those standpoints, they're bigger. Their star power just happens to be a little bit different. The aura there just happens to be a little bit different. It just is. I mean, if you look
class, I will say this my rookie class though. Like, even like with social media, I ain't gonna lie, I be scrolling through. Rakia, Jesus Christ. My goodness.
I ain't even
she a bucket, bro. She a bucket. I be on TikTok, bro. Even like Paige, I'm like you. Everybody like doing their thing. Everybody got their own following. Juju,
exactly.
Everybody got their own following. That's not a question. Everybody got their own following.
Exactly. So my thing is, like, for even when I look at other men's USA teams, right? Were there bigger names or stars than some of the guys that were behind Jordan, Magic, Bird?
No,
in the league.
No.
Were there bigger names or guys that were behind Melo, Bron, and Wade in the league?
No.
Those are the best guys.
Okay. And they were the biggest names. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's not a bigger name in basketball than Jordan. And at that point, there wasn't either.
So you telling me in 2008 Tim Duncan couldn't have been on the Redeem team?
He could have been, but was the aura the same?
I'm just asking a question.
No, I'm
telling me in 2008 could Tim Duncan have been on the Redeem team?
He could have been. Could have.
Okay. In 2008, could Allen Iverson have been on the Redeem team?
No. Nah. And I'm AI too.
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's interesting y'all say that, because y'all also was the same guys a couple weeks ago when we was having that Melo Ant conversation that AI was killing years after that. When he got to Denver with Melo, he was still torching the league, but he couldn't have been on that USA team in 2008. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm saying. He was killing with Melo.
I am not on record saying he was killing.
You're on the record saying he was eating. He was eating heavy.
Cool. Heavy. I mean, he was cool. It was other players in the league, you know. At that time, if you
That's
pick
all,
way,
that's
if you pick
all I'm saying
you want
is,
to get into that, but
I'm
yeah,
just saying is their names are big. Like their names are big, and I get that. It's just
My
first
whole
and
point
foremost,
is like there's a reason.
if you put one, you got to put the other. That's just how I
yeah.
feel because whichever one you put, the other one got an argument. So if you put one, you got to put the other. But two, I don't think either one of them should be on the team yet. Their time will come when it's the right time for them. But I understand why y'all want them there because it makes y'all job a lot easier.
Hell of a lot.
It makes y'all job a lot easier, so y'all don't got to work as hard. And that's just the American way. I get
And
that.
it's also
But
like
the
I've
fact of the
seen
matter is,
people. The thing is, bro, I've seen people. I'm gonna shout out my man, Marcus. He be out here, but he's been doing work on WNBA. People talk about it now. I'm talking about it now because I'll just say I've been talking about it now because that's what is hot right now. I ain't going to act. I ain't on some Stephen A stuff where I'm like, I've been talking about this. No, I'm talking about it when it's convenient. I feel like a lot of people right now they talking about WNBA when it's convenient. And I've probably had some casual takes that some real WNBA fans been like, oh hell no. Like Sabrina over Kaylin. Shoot, I'll eat that. That's what I see with my eyes now. Maybe I gotta educate myself more. But like it was an opportunity. I see it as if the chemistry would really be that messed up to where you can't win the gold medal. All right, cool. But I did want to clip this where I think if Diane Taurasi, if she's the OG, like I think she is, if her, Asia, and Brianna was all like, hey, let's go ahead and all right, let's just profit off of this, John. And it's not even just them. Somebody made a great point that like some of like the role players that people don't know as much. People for the most part, they know Asia, they know Brianna, like they know who they are, unless you I feel like living under a rock. But not everybody knows a Kalia Cooper. Not everybody knows Sabrina. Not everybody knows, and I'm trying a Judy Cloud.
She ain't
Not,
on
not
the team.
everybody knows these people. So like
She ain't on the team.
she on the team. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my casual ass right there. But I'm gonna try to pull up like the
I mean, you
squad.
got Kelsey Plum, you got Chelsea Gray, you got Asia Stewie, you got DT, you got Brittany Griner, like
Oh
you
yeah, you
got
got
Jewel Lloyd, you got Jewel Lloyd, like you got stars.
definitely Lloyd. No, they
you
they
got
sick.
stars. You
They
got
actually
stars,
Got
but
stars on this team. Like you're talking
and
about,
nobody's doubting that though. Like I feel like that's what everybody's missing. That nobody's saying, oh, they're not stars. Those aren't stars. They
I'm
are
just
stars
saying,
in their own
even
right.
who do you even put them over though?
And that's the whole point. This is where it gets really tricky because the fact of the matter is like they
Who
don't deserve. They
Who do
don't
you take
actually
off this
deserve.
team? I'm sorry. Who do you take off this team?
That's what and when we first started this conversation, you literally heard me tell Miles, I'm not taking anybody off of the team for Caitlin Clark, but
Or Angel Reese for that matter.
or Angel Reese. But if they put them on the team, I would have understood why. That's all we saying. Like they're not on the team, and we understand why. If they put them on the team, we would have understood why. That's it.
all it is. I mean, look, I heard a report that Kaylin is an alternate, so we never know. Somebody might. Yeah, I'm not gonna clip this part because it's gonna get cut short. But knock on wood, like I hope everybody stays healthy. All that. If somebody ends up, having to miss time, and Kaylin gets in, or there's an open spot, I know NBC is gonna make that call and be like, "Yo, don't mess this up again." I'm telling you, because they gonna be like, "But yeah, it's Brittany Griner." Oh, like I don't know, Nafisa Collier. That's how you say her name. I
Mhm.
don't know her like from the links.
Mhm.
So I think there'll still be like millions of people that watch the game for sure. It's about like as it get to like the tens of millions that is difference between like 7 million, 14 million. But that's right now. I mean,
There will be millions of people that watch because the game has grown. But that's in great credit to those two, which is why there's an argument. Which is why we're even having this conversation. Like, I want you to understand. I want you to understand the reason that we're having this conversation is because they have given themselves and us the ability to have this conversation. If they weren't who they were, we couldn't have this conversation, and that's just the fact of the matter.
I
Right?
get that. I know. I'm just saying, y'all talking about growing the game. Like, what more of growing the game does like we win and go? Like we go. It's just.
And
Y'all
that's
gotta- I mean, I get what y'all. I understand. This
that would be a
purposes.
great question. That would be a great question if I wasn't able to respond and say, "But y'all just won 7 straight."
Yeah,
And
but that
people
don't
didn't know that.
matter. That don't matter. That doesn't matter.
No. What I'm saying is, you said what is more. You said what's more marketable than winning another gold, and I'm telling you, people didn't even know you had won the last 7.
want to know what it'll do too?
But my thing is whether but this is my thing, whether if they are there or not, or if whichever one of them is there or not, if they
Paris,
win 8, people are going to know that they just won 7. That's my whole point.
Paris,
So whether they are there or not, if they win 8, people are going to know that they just won 7.
Paris, look at me with a straight face on this podcast right now and tell me that if they went and they won 8, and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese were there, that it wouldn't be a little bit bigger in media and marketability,
Especially before football.
Yes,
It's
it would.
football and no basketball
I'm gonna
now.
keep it a straight 100. I'm gonna keep
It'd be
it.
over.
I'm gonna be a straight 100. It would be bigger, but it would be
all right. Then that's all
honestly, it would be bigger, but it would be watered down.
When you
Why?
mean
It would
watered
be like
down,
it would be a saturated bigger.
Why?
Because if they were there and we
Because it's
went 8,
forced.
huh?
Because it's like forced.
Yes, like it would be forced. Like it would be forced media on. It would be forced media on Angel and Caitlin. How does it feel to bring the 8th gold medal in? Like you're asking questions to people that ain't really
media,
like, you know what I'm saying.
Listen, media does some dumb stuff. I don't think they would do that, but I think there's a way.
They would do that.
They would.
They would.
That's what
I'm
it
telling
is.
you, bro. The women's team will
what
win
I'm
the gold
saying
medal, and the cameras will go to them two first. And you got people like Asia Wilson and Stewie.
That's what. And Miles knows exactly what I'm about to say.
I don't know if they'll go first, but they'll definitely get interviewed. They'll get interviewed.
That's what I'm saying. I think there are 2 ways. There's a way to have this. There's a way to have this twofold. There's a way to have Angel Reese checks in for the first time. Caitlin Clark just hits her first 3-pointer. There's a way to have that, as well as have DT just won her. What was it? What would it be? It would be 5th or 6th gold medal or something like that.
6th, I believe.
Yeah, like there's a way to have the small, like, hey, Angel Reese just checked in, Caitlin Clark just hit her first 3-pointer, as well as this team just won their 8th gold medal straight. DT just got her 6th straight. Like there's a way to highlight both.
But does it become we want Caitlin, we want Angel? Like nobody wants.
Wait. That proves the point. I'm sorry.
I know. No, I'm saying it does prove your point, but I'm using it for my point in a sense of no one as when you're talking about an Olympic team going to do a special thing. That is not the purpose of why we're here. If we're about to sit here, and this is my thing, because that is but I'm saying if that is what the media is going there to show, oh, USA, let's just say they're up 20, or USA is in a tight game by 5, and the crowd is chanting, we want Caitlin or we want Angel. That is not the purpose of the game. That's disrespectful to the game of basketball.
But what's the difference in that and anything else that happens in America?
We also have.
That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening.
There's also. I have enough respect, and I challenge the women to be like, All right, it can be some chatter. It will be some chatter. That's kind of the cost it comes with more people watching the sport. If more people watch,
That's
I
bad.
mean, when Giannis was in there in the finals, what was the talk about? His free throws. That's what the talk was about. Oh, how he counts. Oh, you can count to 10 and he might still be at the free throw line. He had to battle through that. I have
That's not
so
disrespecting
much.
basketball though.
I feel like counting a guy at the free throw line to
That's
10.
not
That
disrespecting
is kind of
basketball. That's disrespecting how
That's-
bad Giannis shoots free throws.
Yeah, that's different than to the
That's
game
it.
of basketball.
This would have been disrespecting basketball. If when the dream team was in Barcelona and the crowd was chanting, "We want to see Leitner play."
but that's I but
But
That
there was
that
a
would have
reason
been
for it. But there was a reason for it. And whether you think it's disrespectful to the game of basketball as a coach on the women's side,
I'm just speaking of a basketball lover. I'm not speaking from a coach standpoint. I'm just
but
speaking of
listen
a
to me. But
basketball
listen to
lover
me. But
as a
listen to me.
fan.
But listen to me. But listen to me. You saying that as a basketball fan is cool. But you know the majority doesn't care whether it's disrespectful to the game of basketball. If they want Caitlyn, they want Caitlyn. If they want Angel, they want Angel. And if they're chanting that, then that means you've done the right thing in
that
bringing
means they
it.
watching. That means they watching that John. And in the midst of them saying, "Hey, we want Caitlyn," guess what? They gonna see Asia Wilson get to a bucket. They gonna see Breonna Stewart get to a bucket. They gonna see DT, maybe put up like 10 and 5 and 5 on her way to get a goal.
Anyway, because they not there. And they're gonna wait and they're gonna hope and wait, which
But
is
you
sad to
just
say.
told me. But you
But
just
my thing is it's sad to say. It's sad to say.
you can't have the they're gonna watch anyway and the yes, but I do know it would be bigger if those two were there. You can't have that.
I said it would be saturatedly bigger.
But it's bigger.
The media is going to be there anyway. I'm just saying, people are going to watch now strictly to see if they lose because those two aren't there.
All right,
and that's sad to say.
Why are they watching now? Why are they watching? Why are they watching
now?
Yeah,
they're going to watch now strictly to see if they lose because those two aren't there.
Because of Kayla's not there.
Why? But no. Why are people all of a sudden so invested in women's USA basketball?
Because they didn't put them on the team.
All right. So if you had put them on the team, what would they have done? What would more people probably?
You got the same reaction or just been flipped.
No,
if you put them on the team.
I agree with if they was on the team, the headline, like if Caitlyn made the team, the headline would be, "How is Caitlyn gonna be teammates with Diana Taurasi?"
Exactly. Like you would have got the same reaction. It would it would have just
either one. At least today, the difference is that like we're having this conversation about Caitlyn today, like the day or two after the decision was made. If Caitlyn was on the Olympic team, these ongoing narratives that are going on right now, that whether people that are pure hoopers and they just want to talk about pure hoops, the reality is once you start talking about narratives, start talking about things outside of just what's on the court, that ultimately helps guys. I mean, the amount of time that me trolling Tatum, that makes him money. At the end of the day, that makes him money. Like,
and I still think to this day, when they get to the Olympics or when they get to camp before they leave, someone's gonna ask everyone on that team, "How do you feel about Caitlyn not being here?" When they get to the Olympics and they win their first game, how do you feel it would have been if Caitlyn Clark was here playing with you guys? Do you think she would have made a difference? Like those questions are still going to be asked. So I think whether she's on a team or whether she's not, you were going to get the same reaction. The narrative of it was just going to be flipped. Is all I'm saying. So if the narrative is just going to be flipped, you're going to get the same reaction. She doesn't deserve at that point to be on the team, or Angel Reese for that matter. That's all I'm saying. You're going to get the same reaction regardless. It's just going to be what is the narrative going to be spoken about. And if that's the case, neither one of them should be on the team.
But that's a fair point that, like, unfortunately, this is going to happen. Like, I know what the reporters going to do. They're going to be at the press conferences asking them
about.
I actually want to hear it. I want to hear.
Miles might even do it.
I might even shoot. If I was there, I would get fired if I did not do what I was supposed to do and ask if I was with Diane Taurasi right now, I would say, yo, like, is you behind Caitlyn
Not being on the team.
not be on the team? I would definitely ask that, John. If you don't, as a journalist, as a media member, like what? Like no, like you. I'm sorry, like you have to do that. Those are some questions that you just have to do because that's what's everybody is talking about at this certain moment in time. And so, unfortunately, like we're gonna see on Bleacher. I ain't gonna say people's names, but we're gonna see on mainstream media. Well, what we gonna see? A question asked about Kaylin to Asia Wilson to Breon Stewart to even some greats like
Like even if it's some greats that attend a game, like a Candace Parker or a Cheryl Swoops, like any of them, they're gonna ask. Even if they win the gold medal, if and when they win the gold medal, they're gonna ask them, with you guys winning the gold medal without Caitlin and Angel here, how does that take it back to the WNBA and continue growing the uproar that you guys have been having? Those questions are gonna be there, whether those two are on the team or they're not, whether Caitlin's on the team or whether she's not. It's just what the narrative gonna be. So if that is the case, which honestly it is, they do not need to be there. We will see y'all in 2028 in LA.
but that is kind of this is getting long. That is what we saying too is like people going to hate regardless. They going to say some provocative stuff regardless. It's just they would milk it out more. And it might not feel very, very good right now. But folks gonna look back and be like, shoot, I'm making $5 million a year now in the WNBA. I'm making $10 million in the WNBA. The track though, with the way that it's going, I mean, by the time I have kids, they might be on 20 mil. How this is going, that might be a low ball for real, for real. So that's what we saying, but we'll see though. I think it's on us. It's ultimately on media people
To work harder.
To work harder and find
That's what it is.
and find different angles. But it is like
Thank you.
we have to work harder, but there is a reality.
That made my heart feel good, bro.
We do have to work. We do have to work harder, and that'll be part of my job. Literally next month is I have to work harder. But some of them are just a given. A Shakari Richardson, a Sydney McLaughlin, a Katie Ledecky. Like that's just a given. Like people want.
But those are actual stars, like super duper proven stars in their sport.
No, that is they is.
We talking about two that's not proven yet.
It is, but shoot, they talking about them when they could be talking. They could be talking about Sydney McLaughlin right now and what she's doing.
Hey,
they're not talking about her. On First Take, Undisputed, and she cooking. She was at Morehouse at Quincy Moses cooking.
Wow,
cooking,
wilding.
She's elite. I can't.
Track is different.
Track is different for the Olympics on this podcast.
Track gets because we're gonna talk about track later on because track is something that it doesn't get the hype before the Olympics only until like the Olympic trials. Then you start, because that Shakari hype. I'm excited for that. That's something.
I think her and Sid, and I hope that Sid runs the open 4 and a 4x4 and the hurdles. I hope she kill all. I hope she sweep all 3. I hope she do some unimaginable sweep all 3 and then go take the 200 too. I hope she come home with 4 goals and just wash the competition.
I don't know. Gabby Thomas might get that too though.
And I hope Shakari walk into that 100 and
I need her. It's good.
Bring it to the crib. That 100, that 4x1, and throw on that 4x2 team. Cook.
I need to see Noah Lyles shoot.
Yeah, it's time for Buddy to step up.
It's time for Buddy to get right.
It's time for Buddy to get right. Yeah, it's time for Buddy to get right. It's time for him to get right. Like, this is his moment.
Yeah.
This is his moment.
He's the fastest man in the world.
We're going to see.
Even Simone Biles, like, bro, it's definitely some storylines outside of that like
Gabby Douglas is back. It's a lot of storyline. Who starts on this Team USA team after this finals is over? It's a lot of storylines.
I'm saying. So we talked about reactions to the NBA finals. Talked about Caitlin Clark, Team USA.
Jason Tatum.
It got heated
Don't
on
say it
Jason
so bad.
Tatum. It got heated on Jason Tatum. It damn near got heated with the Angel and Caitlin. That's gonna be something. Jesus Christ.
That's gonna be interesting.
That's good.
Jesus Christ.
We got a lot of clips in here, dog.
Shit, we better. We've been on this on 3 hours.
3 hours.
Hours. I literally got a bus.
Niggas ain't ate dinner. Like about to go to bed.
I'm going to a Wawa. I'm going to a Wawa after this. I'm getting
I think I'm about to hit Cookout or Waffle House for sure.
Wow, you know how crazy Wawa sound right now, dog.
Were you in Virginia?
Nah, I'm in Atlanta. I wish I was at home. Wawa would have did the trick.
I'm about to hit Cookout or Waffle House right now. I'm not even gonna hold y'all.
All of y'all watching right now, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, show us some love, man. It is about 2:00 in the morning. And there was times probably all of us wanted to log off this joint. We was either mad or just tired. But we somehow, by the grace of God, stuck through and didn't end up killing each other out this joint or doing something. Any last words?
Hey man, it's good to be back with y'all, boys. It's good to be back in the States. Man. Hey man, yeah, let's get it on. See y'all Wednesday. Watch.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Tatum.
Predictions for tomorrow.
I'm gonna go. Tatum has a really good shooting night. Mavs win.
That's what I said. I think that's what I said.
Tatum has a good shooting night. Mavs win. Celtics come back. Tatum shoots it good again in 4. Celtics win. And then Celtics get back to Boston, and they never go back to Dallas. Season 5.
I think next game.
Only thing that
the Mavs role players are really hitting their threes. I like 2 threes, Derrick Jones Jr., 3 threes. Hell, maybe even 4 from PJ Washington. I expect Kyrie Irving to be much more comfortable at home.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you have to say that.
He's very due. And we didn't really get to talk about this. I'll just talk about it tomorrow solo. But I do think that Boston is in the head of Kyrie for sure. Like it's something there. I think he can overcome it, but it's definitely something there. But at home he'll be way more comfortable. I think Luka, he'll do what he gotta do. And I do believe if it's not game 3, game 4, like Tatum is due for a game. So when they say he's and one of the things is like NBA Finals MVP, the reason why he is, I think, still the favorite is because the odds makers are betting that with how averages play out, he is due to have one. And I would love for it to be the Mavs just clamp these guys down. I know the reality is that's not going to happen, and there's going to be some close games. I just hope that, if Tatum does 35 points and he does 8 rebounds and 6 assists, something like that, and we get him going bucket for bucket against Luka, that would just warm my heart.
You better
brilliant show. That'll make for a brilliant show.
You better hope he don't win. If that moment happens and he wins, I'm on your.
Yeah,
that's
if that
crazy.
happens, then it's just like it's full out like
It's a wrap for you.
apology. Like they go if they go up 3-0, that's different. Who you got, Coop?
I got the Mavs. I think Kyrie plays better at home, finds a way to get them a win. The biggest problem becomes Jason Tatum will shoot the ball better, but we still won't get an apology from Miles because
You won't.
he
It'll be
did.
something else.
No. It'll be something else. And the thing that it will be is that he didn't get the job done and he didn't win. He shot better and he didn't win. And then we'll be sitting here having this same conversation because me and P gonna be sitting here like, I told you he didn't need to have 30 for them to win. And Miles gonna be like, yeah, but we watched a great game because him and Luca went head to head and da 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 da. All right, cool. Yeah. Mavs win game 3, bro. J Tate plays better, but we still don't get an apology from Miles because
He's Miles.
they'll lose and he's Miles. And if he don't have to give up that apology, he's not gonna do it.
The way
But-
that I give my apology, we can set the parameters for this before we get off. The parameters for this apology, who have I apologized to? I apologize to Joe Mazzulla. That's the first guy I apologized to. I ain't say nothing about Jaylen Brown. I've actually been praising him. Praise Drew Holiday. I've been on Tatum ass.
You actually need to apologize to Drew Holiday too. You need to apologize for Drew Holiday too. Because if I recall before this, you said there's not going to be a game in this series where Drew Holiday takes more than 7 shots.
You did say that.
So you need to apologize to Drew Holiday too.
You
and give
did.
him his respect and credit due. Drew Holiday is not going to have a big 30-point night.
Nah, I apologize to Drew Holiday.
This is going downhill for you.
I thought that the way that the Timberwolves were gassed, their perimeter players, I thought they would do the same thing to the Celtics perimeter players, and clearly that is not the case. And not only is Drew defending, but he has enough energy to, convert on the offensive end. And I also think that I attributed Anthony Edwards' lack of stamina to vets who've been there and done that. That they might not be as good as him, but a stamina thing ain't gonna be the reason why they not showing up or whatever. Like that's the least of their concern. Like yeah, Drew Holiday, he gonna be able to defend, and he's proven he can give you 26 and 11.
I thought I said that, Kobe. I thought I said something like that earlier. I thought I said that, Kobe. I thought we were talking about an NBA champion. I thought I said that.
Okay. You did.
Okay. Appreciate the apology, though.
And
we're going Derek White next because you was smoking Derek White.
Hey, we're gonna put Porzingis in there too.
I don't remember
I think he's done for the series.
I vividly remember the Derek White disrespect. Like he's not a good defender. The Derek White disrespect.
Yeah, he was wilding on Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White, like he's not that good of a defender.
Derek White is this. Derek White's that. He won't be able to guard either one of them.
Yeah, like he can't guard for real. Yeah. Like I don't know why y'all put him in this.
In this high
at one point, you Derek
White, Tony Allen.
At one point, you had got so crazy on the Derek White disrespect, you had even forgot bro was on that team that went to the finals. Like,
exactly.
You had got so crazy on Derek White. He was like, bro, he ain't never been nowhere before. He ain't never did nothing. His defense ain't never led to nothing. We was like, dog, he was on that team that went to the finals. Like, he was like, yeah.
He did okay. He was out there.
Yeah, he was just there.
That's cool.
We're gonna get to Derek White one next.
Yeah, we're gonna keep your apologies rolling, man. And the last one and the sweetest one is gonna be Jason Tatum's.
And I will apologize to Jason Tatum I'll put this disclaimer out. If he finishes, I'll say this. If Jason Tatum is not at least top 2 in Finals MVP, if he's not at least top 2 in Finals MVP, and at least has a game where he is the best player on the floor, I'll apologize. Obviously, I don't feel like this series is over, so I feel like the Mavs can still win. So I'm gonna be like,
most definitely not over. I don't think it's over.
so we'll see. But in the event in the event the Celtics win, y'all will get an apology out of me from Jason Tatum if he has maybe a game 4. He's the best player on the court and he's lights out, and then they close it out in 5. And I will go out here and I'll say that if he continues to play how he's playing right now, I am not apologizing. I'm not apologizing.
Well, in that case, I need you to apologize.
If he improves, I will apologize.
In that case, I need you to apologize to the Celtics as a whole, because you said whatever team came out the West was going to wash them.
No, I apologize to
times.
He did.
Now, that would be that would be if they
win.
If they win, because
I'm gonna need like a half apology
anyway.
I'm gonna need like a half apology anyway because they didn't get swept. Like they didn't get
they was gonna get washed. Like they had no chance.
I remember there being a text in all caps, washed.
And then now he wants to go on and say congratulations to Brad Stevens for putting together a great team.
I mean, I just feel like you have opinion, with certain results and change. That's what happens. And then, like, not only does it change, but I see what the Mavs aren't doing, and I'm like, dang, I did not like. It's both ways. It's both ways. The Celtics have been playing better than I thought. Porzingis has played better than I thought. Jrue Holiday has played better than I thought. Jaylen Brown's did the same. It's really been like Jrue Holiday, Porzingis. Those been the guys I've been like, all right, like, I'm not shocked Porzingis got 22 and Jrue Holiday got 26, but I'm not gonna lie and say I expected that in game 1 and game 2, or that I expected JB and Jason Tatum to not have 25 points or more, and they're still up 2-0. That surprised me. But let's see if the Mavs can improve, because they got some improving to do. And Kid is being outcoached by Joe Mazzulla. And we'll see if they can bounce back. So we're going to be back Wednesday after the game. I'll be at New York. I'll have my hotspot on. So we'll
God help us.
Let's see how it is. God help us, bro.
God help us. We're not even gonna be able to hear his apology, y'all.
Yeah, he's gonna try to give us a terrible apology.
Yeah, like the apology gonna be laggy and stuff.
All right, he not going. No, we need to
pixelated. Like,
we need a calm setting.
That's not good. Anyways, let's get off this jump, man. We gotta go.
All right, y'all. Let's live forever. MJ, Kobe, and P.
Yes, sir.
New logo on the way, new intro on the way, new outro on the way. All of that. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.